All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Tuesday, and it's been very, very boring. No signs of rotation, no signs of like tech or not. It's like 50-50 equal weight. We've been calling it equal weight roulette because every time I check it, it's either higher or lower. So it was leading the SPY at one point, then it went underperformance. Now SPY's leading, and now equal weight. They kind of matched up. It was just green there for a little, and now it's back red. So not really much. You have Trump speaking now at a cabinet meeting, so I'm going to play that right before we get into Philo. But yeah, we are going to begin. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. It's really all tomorrow for NVIDIA. So you'll be good. A little bit of data at the end of the week, and then, dude, September's over, or August is over. Then it'll be September. So get ready for all of that. I hope you're thinking about it. The other big headline for today was Trump signing a letter firing Lisa Cook, and she said she is not leaving. So we'll see. But other than that, Chattadonia, get ready. You'll hear this for a second, and I think we'll begin in like 2 to 5 minutes. So, yalla.
They had to close the beaches, but they have indemnified themselves so the local communities can't sue them. None of these projects are bonded. If you build an oil derrick in the Gulf, you got to put a bond down. There's no bond for dismantling them, and that's one of the tools that Doug is now using to challenge some of these projects. None of the cost of energy from these projects is 39 cents a kilowatt hour. The average cost in this country is 17 cents per kilowatt hour.
And natural gas is 3 cents.
Right. So it is the most expensive energy. I've been representing commercial fishermen for 40 years. They are so excited about what you're doing, Mr. President, because their fisheries are being wiped out. As soon as they begin construction, the groundfish fisheries just disappear. The fish leave the area. They've killed 160 whales in the last 2 years. So they're wiping out the whale population, the Atlantic whale population, the big whales, the minkies, the gray whale, or the humpback whales, the right whales. And you are going to save the whales on the East Coast because of this. You're going to save these economies that are based upon commercial fishing. I'll say one other thing about fishing. We are now, the South Asian nations are now dumping shrimp on our country. The shrimp is heavily contaminated. We just stopped a shipment that was contaminated with cesium-157, which is radioactive. They're farming these shrimps, and they use bactericides and antibiotics and all kinds of chemicals, and the shrimp are so contaminated that the European nations won't take them, so they're dumping them all here, and they're putting out of business. We have the most sustainable, highly regulated fishery in the world. What our fishermen do is a good thing. And all the trawlers in the Gulf and Alaska are being shut down because we're getting shrimp dumped here. So we have now increased FDA inspections of shrimp to make sure that Americans are not buying and eating contaminated shrimp and putting our shrimpers out of business. I talked just very briefly, we have an historic agreement on pre-authorization. We brought together 80% of the insurance industry, which has agreed to, for 80% of diseases and injuries, give immediate pre-authorization so that when you go to your doctor's office and he prescribes you a new knee or whatever it is, you will immediately know whether your insurance company is going to pay for it. This is an historic agreement. People have been trying to do it for decades, and we, because of your leadership, brought the insurance industry together and got them to voluntarily agree to do this. Similarly, we've made another historic agreement with personal health records. The 60 biggest tech companies in our country have all agreed to allow Americans for the first time access to their personal data, which they own, which these companies have been monetizing without permission. You're going to be able to see by next year all of your health records on your cell phone. It's going to save lives. It is going to fuel an infusion of technology into that space where people can access those records. They can compare their diet to what they personally need, and we'll have personalized medicine. We are doing price transparency. You passed this during your first term, and then the Biden administration refused to enforce it. We've now brought in HHS, under your leadership and my leadership, more enforcement actions than during the entire 4 years of the Biden administration.
Right.
So we're going to have that kind of price transparency. I'm working with Linda on forcing medical schools and the MCATs, the people who administer the MCATs, the people who do accreditations, to put nutrition into medical school education. Right now, 25% of the doctors in this country do not feel competent to give nutritional advice. 70% of diabetes cases can be reversed or ended if you just change people's diets. And the doctors don't know how to advise it. They only know how to prescribe the drugs. We're going to change that. So if you come out of a medical school under the Trump administration, you are going to know about diet. And then finally, most importantly, the Pete and Bobby Challenge. I want to give an update. I got 5 minutes and 48. It's 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, and you try to do it within 10 minutes. I got 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Pete,
bro,
beat me. I'm still bitter at that.
Bro,
5 minutes.
Why did I already
the
see an
cabinet
article?
Leader.
I saw an article and it was saying how 100 push-ups and pull-ups can go wrong.
You beat me there.
You know, bro, I can't believe they already wrote an article talking shit about 100 pull-ups and push-ups. I've already seen. It's insane, bro. It is insane. And then did you guys not realize I'm training all of you for politics, whether you realize it or not? Because they, Eric Adams made Madani, the socialist dude, they made him do a bench press test. And now people are criticizing the socialist, not because of his policies, but based on the fact he can't bench 135. So Chad, just get active out there, okay? Because they're gonna, yeah, they'll judge you if you can't bench 135. So don't get injured, but then again, the socialist cannot bench 135. I know. I don't make the rules. That's just society. They judged him. They were rude to him because he couldn't bench. And I saw the video. I understand where they're coming from because it's just, yeah. But so Chad, at the very minimum, you do push-ups, you go to the gym. I think you're ready to go, man. I think you're ready to go. Those are 35s on there? Oh, that's terrible. See, that's just sad. How are we going to get socialism if we can't put up the bar? You see what I'm saying? That's America for you. We don't even criticize his policy. We said, sure, but you can't bench? That's crazy. That's crazy. How did we get here? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, it's time. It's time for Philo. Very simple. We're going to talk about life. I got a good one today. You know that? I think I say that every day, but like I've been telling you, bro, these minister to me in the same way. And I hope it gets you excited. Is Trump saying something on tariffs or the de minimis? Because Pinduoduo Duo is flushing. But very simple. We're going to talk about life, some Jesus. I got some Bible verses. I do have a little bit of a tip for you that might help. We'll see how much time we have. But either way, if you don't want to hear this, no one's making you. You chose to be here. You've gone through many steps to get here, so it's hard to believe that this is being forced upon you if you went to this effort to even complain about it. But other than that, it's very simple. All we are looking for is people who want to be here. And I really hope that you could listen to what I'm saying. It'll keep you out of trouble. It'll keep you informed. But above all else, if you really listen to what I'm saying, I hope you get hope, man. And I don't know. I like hearing it when people tell me belief goes a long way. And you'd be surprised. I know it just sounds like words, and sometimes it sounds dumb, and you might be like, what? Why? But try it. Tell me what happens. So either way, if you don't want to be a part of it, that is fine. But I'd ask that you leave so I don't have to ban you, because that'll cost money. But if you want to be a part of it, make the most of it. And then, even better, If you don't want to be a part of it, or if you want to be a part of stocks only, you can be, but just focus on that. If it's breaking news, I'll put down what I'm doing and we'll get to it. I put up a news wire so that you could help, and then that way, if it's not important, we'll ignore it, but if there is anything new, we'll just go from there. So other than that, I hope you're ready. I hope you make a good decision about what you're going to get out of this moment. But other than that, my friends, where should I start? Where do I even start? I got the long term about to do. Okay. Anyways, so there's a lot today. I actually got 2 little intros. It's honestly a really, I don't know. I think this is a good reminder. And these topics keep coming up to a certain degree. But before I get into that, let's see. Yes, clarity. We kind of talked about it today in a more negative way. Because like I'm saying, I'm just, if you haven't noticed, I want clarity, bro. That's it. I don't like people adding confusion. I don't like people getting in the way. Really, this topic has nothing to do with that, but I just want you to realize this. And this is something I have learned more and more of. And I think everybody has a challenge. You will have something that is going to give you a hard time in terms of learning. And I don't know. And I hope you want to learn more. I hope you don't want to get stuck in the same position. Right? I know I see some people, they get afraid of it and they let that kind of define them, and that's not good. But I need you to not be content to the point where you're not we're going to talk a lot about change, but you got to know what it is, man. You got to be aware of what is stopping you, and you have to either choose to correct it or not. So what I'm telling you is this. If you cannot be faithful with what you already know, why are you looking for more answers? I understand why you are, but let me put it another way. If you cannot be faithful in what you know, the next thing you're going to need, you're not going to get clarity for the next thing. This is what I'm talking about. That's what, again, I've gotten a lot of clarity in a lot of areas lately. And you want to know how I figured it out? By living in what I already knew. That's why I keep reminding you guys that. That's why I'm kind of not really entertaining any of your guys' games when you tell me, oh, I didn't. Oh, well, no, it's you knew, bro. Think about it. You know. That's it. And I'm not mad at anybody. Like I'm saying, it is what it is. You're better off being real about it than lying about it. But guess what? It doesn't matter about me. It doesn't matter about anybody else. What matters is your life. What matters is truly your future, bro. And like I'm saying, if you start living in this habit, repetition, reality, where you know it, very simple, bro, right? You know what a bad trade is, like a gamble, right? And you know that this is an easy one for me because I'll be like, oh yeah, that's shitty. And I know that I shouldn't do it, but then if I end up doing it, it's either going to work or not, right? That's not the kicker. The kicker is that when you face the next challenge and you need a certain level of intelligence or clarity, you are going to stumble based on your first decision. Do you understand? That's what I'm trying to target. Do you guys notice with these Philos? We are widening the spectrum a little bit. You think it's about A plus B? No, bro. There's a C involved. I'm not worried about what you do. You get what I'm saying? Because we could correct anything. Y'all don't feel me. I'm not worried about what's already happened. You can make a change if you really have that settled in your mind. But I'm worried about step number 3. I don't care about 1 and 2. But like I'm telling you, if you know something, you have to remain faithful in the knowledge you have already received. Do you understand? Because if you don't, it will not allow you the clarity in the future. That's what you should be thinking about. I'm telling you right now, if things are bad, they're about to get better. If things are good, they're about to get bad. That means we have a challenge that is on the way. Do you see what I'm saying? Trump calls for death penalty for all murders in Washington, D.C. So do you get it? You must be faithful in what you know. This is one of the biggest keys. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's just a little one. Like I'm saying, it came up. And as I've been on this journey of acquiring more intelligence, more knowledge, and other stuff, I've just noticed how this has played out. I've noticed that the things that I am being faithful in what I already know, it's giving me easier answers in the future. And then the things that are challenging are the things that I could tell, I'm like, yeah, it starts with not being faithful at the beginning. So this is one of the best things, you guys. You know why? Because if you feel like you know that you're like, hey, I need to do this. This is the right thing. That's the wrong thing. Super easy. Try it. And what I'm trying to have you try is the clarity. You know, the problem is if you think you're going to get the dividend right after you do it. You're not. You see what I'm saying? The dividend is going to, just like a normal dividend, the payout will be in a month later. Payout, right? The ex-divvy payout date's a month later. That's what I'm telling you. You need to start living, and that's why I'm saying these Philos are going to not help you. Because, again, if you know and you don't apply it, it's going to add confusion. Start taking the little stuff. Start taking the schedule. Start doing these little things, bro. Do you not? Let me hear it. I'm just going to skip ahead to one of the parts because it relates very, 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 very good. I don't know if y'all get it, but it's like, do you realize one of the instant, like how many of you want an instant benefit? We all do, right? So you better pay attention because I'm about to give you an instant benefit. These usually don't exist, right? Like most things are like, yeah, change your life. You'll get the benefit down the line, right? No. I could give you something today. Can I interest you in that? Does that sound interesting? If I told you there's a part of Philo, Jesus, all of it, that today you could walk away with a dividend from it. I think all of you would like that. Sadly, I think a lot of people have stumbled because it doesn't pay out immediately. You got the winning lotto ticket, you just not patient enough to cash it. So it's very simple. I could almost guarantee this, that instant blessings arrive the moment you manage your time. Yes, this is biblical. You know that, right? You're like, Josh, what do you mean it's biblical? That's not biblical. Jesus didn't. Oh, Jesus said a lot. He said you better use the talents you reap what you sow. You should work hard. You should work hard and not even expect anything. Oh, but this is where it gets even better. Are you ready? Revelations 4. Do you know what it says in Revelations 4? It's actually crazy. Here, I don't want to butcher it. All right. Oh, wait, give me the quote. It's giving me the breakdown. Yeah. Revelations 4. 4:4. Surrounding the throne were 24 other thrones, and seated on them were 24 elders. They were dressed in white and had crowns of gold on their heads. Did you hear that? You're like, what does that have to do with anything, Josh? Listen to what I just told you. So let's go back. I'm telling you right now, if you want an instant life change, instant benefit today, the way you could get that is by simply today managing your time with an intentional manner. I almost can guarantee that you will get one immediate benefit right off the bat. That's usually what happens. Tell me that didn't occur already. How many of you, wherever your life was, there was one of these days and you said, I am going to manage my time. And then whether you slept early, whether you went somewhere else, whether you went to the gym on time, I don't care what it is, but you benefited off of it almost immediately. I'm trying to tell, I would love to save your soul, believe me, but I want you to have something practical. And this is time management. I've been talking about it. It's biblical. It really is. You actually need to do what the Bible says. You know what the Bible did? That verse I just read you? You don't think that's weird? That there is the king in the middle, the throne of Jesus, and then surrounded by it is 24 elders who all worship the center. My guy, that's a clock. 24 hours in the day, 24 elders surrounding the throne. Y'all playing. You need to synchronize your time with the Lord, brother. See, that's what's stopping some of y'all. You're like, what do you mean synchronize my time with the Lord? What do you mean? It's not. This is how God intended. Y'all ain't feeling me. God intended. Everything's on a schedule, bro. Look around. Look at the sun. Look at the moon. Look at the trees. Look at the seasons. Look at the tide. Look at the ocean. You don't get it? Again, look at the text. 24 elders surrounding the throne. That's a clock, dude. 24 hours in a day. How did we get here? So do you get what I'm telling you? That's what I'm saying, right? The moment you say, I'm going to synchronize one of my hours, 2 of my hours, my brother, you're going to get an instant benefit. Obviously, there will be more challenges. You will have to live life and all of it. Like, you know, I'm not trying to give you a fake offer here. You get what I'm saying? But I do need you to understand the concept. Again, even biblically, you have all these signs of it. It's not a coincidence. It's really key. Because this is what you don't realize. People waste, a lot of time is just wasted. If you don't manage your time correctly, my brother, this is where the enemy is coming into play. That's why, do you see what I'm doing? That's why some of you think I need to be like what? You think I need to hold your hand? No. I need to help you manage time so you could live in your purpose. So we could defeat poverty. But guess what, bro? We ain't defeating poverty if you can't manage your time. That's just the reality of it. You know that, right? Think about it. How? So we're going to end poverty with a group of people, but only 10% of them have synchronized their time and schedule and are living in that way. It's not going to work. You need to synchronize your time. Eventually, all of you will have to. But like I'm telling you, man, if maybe you want something, maybe you're like me. You know that? Because for me, this is why I offer this to you. Because for me, once I see it, I'm down. I didn't like the Bible, dude. My parents tried to shove it down my throat. I rejected it till I got to college. And then the moment I opened it, I read Proverbs to get rich. I wanted to make money. And then as I was reading, then it finally hit me, and I'm like, damn, on my own, not my mom, not my dad, not a teacher, nobody telling me what to do. That's why when I was like, oh, I'm like, that's facts. That's it. It just said something about wisdom. It was giving you these life lessons. And I'm like, no, that makes sense. And then I applied. I got an immediate benefit. That made me very excited. That got me, I started doubling down. So like I'm telling you, you need this. You need time management. If you want something immediate, like I'm telling you, try what I'm saying. It's going to be hell for a little bit, but if you go little by little, every little management of time that you start to synchronize. I'm on God's time. You don't realize that? Everything in my life is about a mission. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You have a mission. You have a job. You've been sent here. You got to put your time here. Where is your time going? Are you waking up, directing and commanding like we talked about every day? Even your time to chill. You know that, right? My brother, the Bible even says there's a season for everything. There's a time to plant. There's a time to harvest. My brother, there's a time to chill. You know that. Some of y'all have missed that. The Lord wants that, but guess that's what I'm telling you. Even in the moments where I am not working, I am still synchronized in my time. Does that make sense? Because I set it apart. I set my side. I say, God, this again, every day, my days are organized. Every single day. Every day you have ever witnessed me live, I have not came to you without an unorganized day, my friends. I don't. That's why you haven't noticed. The things that I don't change for are the things that are not organized. That's why I'm not, again, because I could get so many emails in a day. Anybody could call. Anybody could do, like, what are you saying? Think about it. From the moment you've heard my voice, bro, it's all scheduled, all synchronized. Even the time, again, if I go to Vegas, bro, if I want to go on a trip, synchronized. Because there's a time to work. There's a time not to work. This is what I'm talking about. We're talking about management. Do you understand? I'm not talking about if you have a lot of it. I'm not talking if you have a little bit. I'm not talking about your skills. I'm not talking about anything except for how do you manage that time that you have. That's it. And if you want an immediate benefit, you start taking your time blocks and truly applying them in a strict manner, you're going to see the exact thing instantly. You will get some benefit. I don't know if it's going to be lack of stress. I don't know if it'll be more productivity. I don't know if it'll be more creativity. I don't know if it'll be more ideas, but you're going to get something. You might even get more confidence. But do you get what I'm saying? The man who does that, right? Just like the guy who told me, he's like, oh, bro, I just thought. He said, yeah, the words, but like when you think, it's real. That's what I'm saying. You want an immediate benefit. You must act in authority as if you are the one managing your time, because you are. But a lot of us, we don't. That's just the reality. Most people I've encountered who do not have what they want, they do not have any semblance of a time management. It's lacking heavily. Or, again, staying in the same spot. Time management. So, my brothers, don't make this mistake. Your time must be synchronized at every moment. Your hours of the day should be synchronized with the throne, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Imagine all the things coming out of my mouth. I keep telling you about the king, the father. I told you, I'm scared of him. I keep saying it, bro. Do you see it? My whole life is surrounded by it. I'm synchronized with the throne. I'm aligned with my God, my God's will. I'm aligned even with the clock, bro. How many times have I told you about the clock and timing? How much you seen me do shit with timing? So think about that. You need to synchronize. Again, I'm going to ask you, bro. Y'all don't realize this. You don't like what I'm saying. But guess what, dude? You're already doing it, whether you like it or not. You don't get it? Look around, bro. You're already synchronized with something. I just don't know. Can you tell me what it is? Or are you proud of it or not? Some of you are synchronized with something you may not even be proud of it. If you really think about it. All of you got a schedule, dog. What are you running from? You have a schedule that you just did not consciously create. That's the difference. It's not about everybody is synchronized, dude. You don't get it? I'm not talking about you're on or you're off. No, I'm just saying what did you direct it to? Everybody has it. Every single one of you is on a schedule. Every single one of you, there is a throne in your life that the 24 elders are synchronized with. You don't see it? So yeah, that's why I'm trying to encourage you to become the leader. I'm encouraging you to take control of your life, align with your purpose, and make your own, bro. And I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest ways to get an immediate benefit. And these don't come too often, bro. Like I'm telling you, listen, if you've ever listened to me, I don't like giving guarantees. A lot of stuff I tell you 10 years minimum, right? I mean, how many things do I later down the line? Took me 5 years to get a compound. We gotta go month after month. We gotta wait, hold on, we're going slow. But this, I'm telling you, immediate, bro. Immediately. That's why some of y'all are playing. I know you're playing. You know why? Because you didn't do this. Because if you did this, you would be like that other guy, and you'd be like, yo, bro, holy fuck, this guy is real. You guys haven't realized that's the reaction? People either encounter me, and they're like, this guy's a jackass. They never try it, and then they go doing back to whatever they were doing. And then you don't think it's weird that there's a very large group of people that are like, holy fuck. They're like, whoa, because they tried it. I don't think what I do is a result of my words in a weird way. Although it starts with that. It's like what I'm telling you, there's a lot of people don't try it. That's what I'm saying. You can hear it. It may sound crazy, but dog, until you synchronize, until you take command, I don't know what it's going to be for you. But try it and tell me what happens. Tell me what happens. So, like I said, sync everything. We'll talk about it more. I'll give you another one, but I just keep bringing this up. And like I'm saying, that Revelations, that verse, bro, it's crucial. But I want to remind y'all because immediate, right now. This is what you want, bro. All of you want immediate. All of you want right now. Some of you, I've seen you rip apart beautiful things to get immediate. That's the irony. Is that all you have to do is just immediately manage your time and you will immediately get some sort of result. I promise you. But until that happens, even that's what I'm scared of. You know that? Because you could do very well. You could advance, bro. But if you don't have your clock synchronized, that it's going to become a risk. Like I said, it's either working for you or it's working against you. It's either serving you or you are serving it. So, that, my friends, I think is that all of it for the intro? I think so. Oh, yeah, here's the last one, though. This is just a quote, man. And I think you need this. Because I heard this, bro, and it just, I don't know. I loved it. And I don't know, as a good reminder, especially if bro, you get locked in. And if you're, dude, every day, the time in the days, man, it's so funny how it plays out, how it affects us, the emotions, all of that. But just remember, I know, actually, that God loves you more than you know. Just next time I don't know what you're going to do when you synchronize that time. I don't know what you're going to do tonight. When it gets quiet, all of it, bro. Very simple. God loves you more than you could even imagine. You know, I have so many people say, oh, this, God don't know. It's like, bro, you can't even imagine it, first of all. Here, let me put it. God loves you more than you know. He is closer than you think. And he is already at work. Do you understand? And I think some of you need to be reminded this. Just don't forget. Don't forget who the king is. That's why I'm saying, let me put it this way. Would you feel different? Would you feel a little better if God reassured you right now and said, yeah, I love you so much? How you would feel better, right? That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all, are you tripping right now because you think God is far away? My brother, he is right next to you. I'm telling you. The Lord is closer than you think, my friends. What, you think you don't, the delay? How about a delay? The timing, my brother, he's already at work. You think he's waiting for a permit? Do you think he's waiting for an Uber and then a couple? No, he's already working. Do your job. Follow your mission. Synchronize the time, and that's it. Shoot, don't worry. You don't need to worry about that. That's why I'm saying, bro, where is your head, your thoughts? Do not let fear and inaccuracy, do not let, these are the things that are going to stop you. Do not give them this opportunity. Like I'm saying, I hope you know heaven is waiting for you. God loves you more than you know. I think that's very accurate. And I think it's very important. They say it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. That's why I'm saying you may not even comprehend how important you are to the world. Can I say that to some of you? Because the next thing I'm going to talk about, you might need this. But seriously, what if some of you might need to realize the world needs you, bro? You know that? And I know, let me put it this way. The world needs you. And whichever one of you just scoffed at that, whichever one of you laughed and believed, and you're like, yeah, right. I'm talking to you, actually. I'm not talking to everybody that agreed. I'm talking to you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You could free some of this burden if you really understood what was at play. Some of you are stressing yourself out. And on top of it, you don't think you're important? Are you kidding me? You are. We need it. That's what I'm saying. Bro, he loves you more than you know. He is closer than you think. The work has already began. If you could just believe this a little, just how would that change your mind? If I told you, you thought it's arriving in 10 years. If I told you everything was going to change tomorrow, don't you think that would change your behavior? It would change your emotions. It would change everything. Imagine if I told you it's never going to happen. That'll also do the same. Very simple. So, I wanted to give you that. That's just the intro. But it kind of ties in, and it's going to tie into one of the other things. And that's why I'm saying, especially if you don't think you're important, I think you are, man. And let me put it this way. Why are you here? I think you're here because you're important. And if you're going to fight me on how important you are for this world, you either leave now or you stay. But do you understand how batshit this conversation is? That the random guy on the internet, you want to argue with him because he says you are important and you believe you're not. That's batshit, dog. Do you understand? But guess what? I think it's crucial. And I think it's very important. I think we need real change, you guys. And actually, some of you who are thinking, the scoffers, it might be you. In a good way. But real change, bro. How many times am I going to remind you of belief? Like I'm telling you, if you manage your time, you'll get an instant benefit. Start managing your thoughts. You'll get an instant benefit. But what's the problem? How many of us have let belief talk us out of it, dude? Some of the biggest barrier is just belief, bro. There's nothing else. You think it's the rules. You think it's understanding this. No. It's just belief. I got people who can't even believe they're important. That's what God's, he made you. With the express intent of you being important. Oh, man. That right there, that's going to change your whole life with how you operate. How you wake up, how you stand up, how you move throughout the day, how you treat others. Come on. Y'all playing. Just belief. Just belief. Like I'm saying, you don't believe me? Try it. But some of you saying it doesn't work, you haven't tried it. Some of y'all living in this. Why you want to fight everybody to believe you ain't doing shit? I disagree. So I'm saying, try it. And then tell me you're not important. Take control of your mind and watch everything start to fall into place. Start doing this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Manage your time and then tell me. Then come at me with that energy and tell me it's not there. Then tell me. But you're not. I know you're not. Everybody knows you're not. You would see it. That's all it is. But it's all belief, man. But you are important. The Lord is closer than you think. So I'm saying, bro, everything's different. You don't get it? I bet you the Lord is closer to the people who don't think he is. And he's further than the people who think they got him. I'm telling you, bro. Go read that book. Go read the words of Jesus. Listen, he says, you think you're this? You think you're that? You think you're sinless? Then do this. You think that? Then give up everything. So there's no, bro, go read that book and you'll know the standard. But I'm telling you. All of the stuff he teaches is exactly this, to not limit your belief. I'm getting bothered Like I said, this is a stupid conversation. Imagine in this great country that people died for this freedom. I have to argue with people about the limiting belief of themselves. Do you again, clear, accurate thought. Have no fear, brother. You are worth it. You are important. Amen. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just ranted a little extra on that one. I think it's important. So now this is what I really wanted to talk about, but it ties in. You'll see. But very simple, my friends. We just talked about time, the clock, and synchronizing it. Let me make life a little easier for you. Okay? Very simple. Life is really just like two things. How it culminates, or how people even comment on it. Life is just time and change. Obviously, there's more things, good and bad, and all of it. But time and change. And let me remind you, are you ready for this? Please don't ever forget this. You cannot stop time. We all know this. You can't stop the clock. That's why, like, you ever get in an accident, like a car accident, or you break something very valuable, and you have that, like, I like pause every time, and I'm like, what, is that real? And you're like, can I go back? I wish I just went back and didn't stub my toe. No, you can't. You can't go back. There's no going back. You can't go forward. It's just time is fixed to a degree. You can't stop it. And then do you know what the other factor is? Change. And guess what? My brother, change is exactly the same. My brother, why do you think I'm so confident? You know that? I love it. I'm very confident. I'm confident in the Lord. Jesus Christ only. That's where my confidence comes from. You know why? Because he guaranteed me this. He told me this. That Bible, the words of Jesus, it tells you about time. And guess what? You can't stop it. Guess what else? Change. That's why I'm so confident. I know change is coming because that's reality. It always does. You cannot stop change, brother. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a president. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Mexican. Doesn't matter. I don't care. You cannot stop change. Nobody can. You can't stop time. You can't stop change. Can we all agree on that? Doesn't matter whether you think it's a good change or not. I saw the world change in ways I didn't like. It still changed. It went ways that I did like. It still changed. Even when I thought nothing was happening, it changed. My brother, you cannot stop change. Do you understand? You cannot stop time. Do you realize how important this is? For real, before I get to the next step, I need you to process this truth. Because again, none of you are you can't control change. You can't control time. You need to get this. That's why I don't want, let me put it this way. Why are the two things you can't stop? These shouldn't be your issue. Some of you are making life more challenging because you are trying to stop the unstoppable. You don't get it? What I was just telling you how to become unstoppable, was I not? And look at the irony. Some of you are not becoming unstoppable because you are trying to stop something that's unstoppable. Isn't that amazing? My brother, the moment you align, the moment you synchronize, you will become unstoppable because guess what? You are not going to be one of these foolish people trying to stop the unstoppable. You will understand it. You will probably identify with unstoppable. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. You can't stop time. You can't stop change. All you can do with them is manage it. You get it? How you manage these things, since you cannot stop them, how you manage them, that is what is going to determine your success in this life. You don't get it? How you manage time and changes, that's who you are. It's part of your identity. How you have handled the time, how you manage time, it shows up in you. How you handle change, it shows up in you. It's you. Guess what? My brother, the next 10 years from now, you want to see me at any of these goals you make in the long term, you don't realize it? The next 10 years is just going to be how you managed your time and how you manage the changes. Because the clock is going to keep ticking. You can't stop it. And things are going to keep changing. You can't stop it. How did you manage it? Were you prepared? Are you a manager of your time? Or did you manage the change? You know changes are, that's why I keep telling you. If you're in a bad position, we know change is coming. Are you managing that well? I see people fuck it up all the time. They in a bad scenario. We know inevitably it's going to change. You can't stop change. But in that scenario, they don't manage it well because they let change take them backwards instead of getting the baskets ready, getting the field ready. You're like, oh yeah, it's bad right now. Things are changing. Things change for not for my favor. That means it's going to change again. Am I going to be ready for it? Am I going to be prepared? Vice versa. Change is coming. Some of you got everything you wanted and you ignored this. You thought it was going to stay like that forever. You're like, oh, all these plays are going to hit. Everybody going to buy this. Change is coming. If you didn't manage it well, you either gave up the money you had or you kept it. If you managed change effectively, you kept it. Do you see what I'm saying? The next 10 years is going to be this. Time and change is not about, I don't care about any of your skills. Like I keep telling you, it's the next step. I'm more worried about because you could be talented, you could be skillful and still not manage time well. You know that, right? You can have every talent in the world and still manage change poorly. You haven't noticed? Some people, change throws them off. It fucks up everything. Even if they're good at what they do. They weren't ready for change. It fucked them up. And then vice versa. I think this is my advantage. Because a lot of things I was not talented or good at, I was ready for change, and it allowed me a lot of opportunities. I handled change very well. I kind of was forced to with how I grew up. Some of you as well. But how you manage change, how you let it affect you, your emotions, your next decision, that's what's going to determine the next 10 years. How you manage your time. Like I'm saying, bro, you have all the time in the world. You want to tell me this is what you want to do? You want to tell me this is your life dream? But you don't manage your time accordingly, synced up with all of this for your purpose? You just might miss the one piece of info that you needed. That's what happens. And I would say it boils down to managing time. If you don't put yourself in a sustainable way to handle, you're not managing time. You won't last the 10 years. It won't be sustainable if you cannot manage time well. So do you guys get it? These two things are happening no matter what, and they can't be stopped. That's why I'm like, what are you trying to learn? Some of you are trying to learn all these new things. That's what I'm saying. Some of you have asked me about, well, what about this, bro? That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. No course is going to help you. No strategy, none of it. No, I don't think it will. It's bullshit. Not only are the people scammers, but listen to what I just told you. You could buy everything in the world, brother, even if it's the damn key to the universe. You have poor time management and you can't handle change, then that's it. You don't get it? That's why. Go get everything. Go buy everything. You can have all of the best mentors in the world, bro. But if you never learn a good relationship with time and how to manage it, this is useless. Like I'm saying, change. I've seen some of the brightest minds were not ready for change. It didn't matter what they had. So do you see what I'm saying? This is critical. This is going to identify who you are in the future. It already is telling me who you are now. And if you're like, that's not me, good, manage your time then. Manage your change. If you don't belong there, that's the next thing. If you're in a spot that you don't belong to be in, and it's not for you, amen. How you manage time and change will get you out of it. And that's what I'm saying. Down the line, the long term, you're going to see where you end up. Utilize it. Because you don't get it. Change is key. Everything in life is about change, dude. My brother, what is history? Y'all don't feel me. Bro, history is not history. Y'all think a history book is just telling you what happened? No. History records the changes. That's it. It's so-and-so, it was this. Then something changed. And that's history, is it not? Keep going down the list. What is history? It just changes. That's it. We made history. It was a big change. COVID, history, big change. Donald Trump, big change. Biden, big change. History. That's it. All the market history, something changed. That's it. It's kind of reductionist, but history is just recording the changes of people. That's all. Like, this is why, oh man, Chad. That's why you're here to change the world. You know that. No one cares right now. You don't get it? What's going to happen, bro? You think anybody's going to write about history now? No, bro. It's when it changes. When this life of ours changes to the next direction, what are you going to do? Because that's going to be the history. Did you manage your time? Did you manage the change? It's not the little stuff. It's not the useless stuff. It's the big changes that altered our course. So think about it. But I'll tell you right now, man. Chad. Nobody is going to remember you for paying off your mortgage. You realize that, right? What, you think what's history? You bought a stock? No. Bro, I bought Bitcoin at $300. People don't even remember. That's not history. Oh, y'all don't feel me. Y'all don't feel. You don't get it? That's why I keep telling you this little stuff. Well, you think life is all just acquired? No, I think y'all are important. I think y'all are here to change the world. Let's change the world. Let's make history. You know how we're going to do it? By making change. By responding and living well in the change. Come on. And this is why, bro, here's the crazy part. This is why the young guys, I hope you pay attention. Why do you know why I say young guys? Because the young guys have an advantage when it comes to change over the old guys. They really do. Because sometimes experience is a prison that you don't really realize. You don't get it? You have so much experience in life. Big red. A little bit. Canada allies may fund critical mineral project to U.S. support for MP materials. I think that was old. And SPY coming down. Nah, just experience. See, this is what I don't want. That's why some of the young guys, bro, y'all don't realize what I'm giving you, man. I don't think you do. Especially when I see y'all talk shit and get banned. I love you still, but you don't get it. You playing. Because you got an advantage, young guys. Young guys, you should be changing the world and learning how to handle change right now. For real. Because you have the advantage of not being trapped in your experience. Y'all don't get it. You could literally, the problem with experience, and when it comes to change, like even someone like myself, bro, I've experienced and seen a lot of things, right? That's good, but not all the time. You know why? Because when it comes time to change, and I use my experience as a backlog, I'm like, oh, that's not supposed to do that. That shouldn't be like that. That shouldn't be like, do you see what I'm doing? my experience will lead me to frame it in a certain way. And that could hurt me. That could hurt my progress. That's why I'm telling you, the young guys, your spectrum of thought is so key. And that's why some of you, man, if you think you're like, I don't know, man, I don't really know anything. I don't have this. Bro, you're important. That's what I'm saying, bro. No one cares about the mortgage. Do you think the story of Joseph was about what he bought or not? No. Why do you think God, go look at the Bible. You know why he uses young people? Why does he use young people? Because the old people have experience. Experience isn't bad, but it gets in the way of faith sometimes. That's because faith is not about deciding how it's going to be done. It's simply just choosing and that's it. Do you get it? But sometimes if you have too much experience, like, it has to be done like this. No. Who said that? It's usually the young guys who are like, yeah, I'm down. Again, David and Goliath. Saul was like, yo, use my sword. He tried it on, but he was like, nah, this ain't going to work. It may work for them, but it's not going to work for you, bro. How many times have I told you that? But do you see what I'm telling you? Especially the young guys, bro. I hope you remain faithful today so you get clarity tomorrow. I hope you protect your mind. I really do. And I hope you're important. Some of you think because you don't have this experience that you can't add to it. You're wrong. You're probably going to unlock something way bigger. You don't get it. We don't need experience, bro. We need time management. We need somebody ready to handle change. Oh, y'all don't feel me, bro. I'm gonna go home or something, bro. You come on, where y'all at? You hear me? Dog, we don't need anybody with experience. The people with experience, they just end up, who knows where they end up going. And you want to tell me you're not important? Shut up. You are. Right now, even your no experience self right now has a huge advantage. And you want to throw it away to be like these people? Who, guess what? They don't even have what I have. That's the funny part. That's why I laugh at it. You know that? And a lot of y'all, you think I haven't been humble? I haven't said that. You haven't noticed all these people just experience and I'm so smart. They don't have shit. I'm sorry. It has, and you know what's sad? Because I have the Spirit, dude. I have God. I have eternity. I will light everything on fire. If that's it. It doesn't matter. But look, the same experienced people, the same people you want to be like, the same people you're like, well, they have this. I'm not important because they don't have shit. That's just the reality. Go look around. Even in the money world, they should be doing better. And that's what I'm saying. And you want to go after that? Why? Is that what you want? Nah, bro. So do you see what I'm telling you? Y'all are gifted. You are blessed. I think you're really important. Some of you need to start believing, bro. But we're not looking for talent. We don't need experience. I don't need anything. You know that? Bro, we could change the world in here by just being ready for change, Chad. You're going to make changes living in your purpose. A group of men and women, when change, we embrace it, brother. That's what we need. We need them. Give me a man, young woman, even old. It doesn't matter, but can you manage your time? My brother, a good relationship with time management, good relationship with handling change. Oh, brother, that's it. With a mind that is accurate and not filled with fear, we could do anything, brother. It starts to get a little crazy when you really think about it. I hope you see it. That's what it is. That's the quality. My brother, we could replicate experience. We could buy it. We could hire it. We got AI. We have everything. Even every year we go on, it's going to be easier to get. That's not the problem. The problem is time management. The problem is change management. The problem is lack of being synchronized with ourselves, our purpose, and then the globe and the planet spinning. Because that's time. That's what it is. That we can't reproduce. You know that? That you can't replicate. That's why it's like, how do I find it? That's part of the treasure. You don't see it? You get one person like that. It does change the world. It unlocks a lot. That's a quality that, dude, are you kidding me? That's a quality. That is a character trait that cannot be replicated. And you either have it or you don't. But like I'm saying, man, it starts with belief. He's closer than you think, man. He loves you more than you think. But we gotta manage. And these things are coming, bro. That's what I'm saying. The clock is going every day. That's it. The meetup is coming. The next one, everything, the next year. Till the day we leave this earth, bro. You're not gonna be able to stop time. Things are gonna keep changing, bro. They're gonna keep changing. Sometimes slow, sometimes fast. I don't care. I need you ready for it. Ready to handle it. Knowing you could handle it. Believing in, knowing God is with you as you handle it. Knowing you don't even have to work that hard because God is there. And knowing it's not off for your efforts. But change isn't going to lead you to mismanagement. I like that. If change leads you to mismanagement, you're vulnerable. That's what I'm saying. Does time lead you to drop in the ball? Not that. Those are your answers. So, Chad, I hope you feel me. And I'm very excited. Like I keep telling you, I look forward to who I'm going to meet. I look forward to the other versions of y'all. I'm excited. I hope you get this hope. I hope your life, and you'll see the peace, bro. Because like I'm saying, if I know in my heart time is, I can't stop it. I know I can't stop change. Like, do you see the peace, bro? You think we walking around worried? Like, seriously. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if you see me talk, that's why it's so easy to talk about things that are wrong and right. And I'm like, bro, like, there's no real emotion behind it. Like, you think, like, what do you think I care about? Like, for real. Like, dead ass, bro. What? I know change is coming. I'm not worried about it. I have God. I've seen every time it's changed. I'm expecting it and preparing for it. Ready to manage time. Time doesn't scare me. Whether it's slow, whether it's fast. Why would it? We're in the game of managing, brother. Not in the game of controlling these things. You manage your time. You don't need to control it. You manage the change. You can't control it. You see what I'm saying? It's real peace, bro. And through the Lord, and praise the Lord Jesus. That's where the credit goes. So, yeah, man, he already told you. And you don't need what you think you need. You already have it. And that's why I'm excited. But like I told you, man, you could get all the best stuff in the world, but until the day you kick it into gear yourself and try it, this is all going to sound like bullshit. But that's what I'm saying. There's no way for this long, and you see all these people, bro. It's like little by little, people tried it. And once you try it, you'll realize the instant benefit I just said. And like, I don't know, man, we are going to change the world. We have to, Chad. And that's what I'm saying. The young guys, bro, you don't need experience. That's going to come. Believe me, I'm not saying you need to do things foolishly, but I'm telling you, you're qualified. So if you think you're not qualified to change the world, you think you're not qualified to be in this game, to be on Wall Street, my brother, how did I get here? That's what I'm trying to tell. I did this as a kid. I'm a little Egyptian boy, bro. I don't even live in New York. You see what I'm saying? So you're qualified for this. Don't tell me you're not. But it's going to require this stuff. And an ultimate belief in yourself. Because that belief is going to drive you on. But if you keep doubting the aim, you're going to stop working altogether. I know. So take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. YouTube.com/. Is Trump still live? No way. Bro, I think he's still live. Yeah. Damn, that started 3 hours ago? And then Boeing's ripping. Ooh, Movement by Uncle Answers. I'm down. I was gonna play Humble, but I like that song. Thank you. Don't thank me. Please, let's just thank God. You know that? Can we all do that? Serious. Go get down on your knees. You know why? Because that's like the bodily position of like surrender. If you really think about it. And just thank God, bro. Because like I'm telling you, bro, all it takes is one. And if I could bring help to people, bro, imagine what the fuck you're gonna do, bro. You see what I'm saying? All it takes is one person. That's why I keep one person to manage time, one person to embrace the change, all of it. You see what I'm saying? To believe the promise, believe the fact, so it's easy to have the faith, not get dictated off the feeling. That's what I'm saying, bro. Just takes one. So thank God. That's all you. Just Jesus. Woo! Ah. All right, baby. That's your Philo. Verb. Praise God. He is with you,
man.
child.
I love you.
Closer than you think. Hey, yo, young guys, they try to tell
baby.
you need this.
2020.
This. God just told you move, baby.
Yeah, I ain't start a movement, I just
Praise
got my
God.
people moving. I asked them what you doing, or the why you do it. We was moving hella clueless, but we did it like we knew it. You can see it, I don't prove it. If you beat me, I ain't losing, huh? I don't want the shit, you can have it back now. And if you want the drip, you can never back down. I navigate the road to wealth and pass the map down. It's kinda hard to hear the hate, cause I hit clap. Yeah, I ain't start a movement, I just got my people moving. I asked them what you doing, or the why you do it. We was moving hella clueless, but we did it like we knew it. You can see it, I don't prove it. If you beat me, I ain't losing, huh? I don't want the shit, you can have it back now. And if you want the drip, you can never back down. I navigate the road to wealth and pass the map down. It's kinda hard to hear the hate, cause I hit clap. Yeah, let me start this with a thanks and a fuck you. It don't matter what I say, just know I love you. It's not about what's coming out, but in your heart, fool. So I ain't care how you talk, I won't judge you. Cause they judge me, they said I must be a new religion or a color or a country, a dummy or a junkie. I'm humbly getting money, I'm different, don't be grumpy. I'm only showing love, G. So you should just chill, for real. I do this for my people out there trying to stack a meal. I ain't wanna be a leader, but I'm ready to be killed. Cause I cannot wait to meet them in the plan that we're revealed. Damn, I told you that we different. Ain't slow but come up quickly. I know that don't sound sexy, I know that you're a little tempted, but this your intervention. You pay with playing time while they pay you no attention. I ain't start a movement, I just got my people moving. I asked them what you doing, or the why you do it. We was moving hella clueless, but we did it like we knew it. You can see it, I don't prove it. If you beat me, I ain't losing, huh? I don't want the shit, you can have it back now. And if you want the drip, you can never back down. I navigate the road to wealth and pass the map down. It's kinda hard to hear the hate, cause I hit claps. Yeah, they talking, but it broke through what broke through. If I'm shopping, only cribs and a whip too. But it's still the same Jordan shorts from middle school. I ain't flexing, I just show what priorities do. Got the wagon, no coupe, you getting mad at my fruit, cause it ain't happen to you. I look around at the room, these people trying to be cool. Like what this shit mean to you? Ain't got a lot of class, but they still act in high school. So tell me this, who you trying to impress? And if you don't achieve this, would it leave you depressed? And if they don't like you now, why you want their respect? And if you got one life to live, why you do it for them? So please tell me this, who you trying to impress? And if you don't achieve this, would it leave you depressed? And if they don't like you now, why you want their respect? And if you got one life to live, why you do it for them? I ain't start a movement, I just got my people moving. I asked them what you doing, or the why you do it. We was moving hella clueless, but we did it like we knew it. You can see it, I don't prove it. If you beat me, I ain't losing, huh? I don't want the shit, you can have it back now. And if you want the drip, you can never back down. I navigate the road to wealth and pass the map down. It's kinda hard to hear the hate, cause I hit clapping. It's a cock, baby. Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a cult, baby. Hey. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the arc. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real, it's not the reason they will kill. It's the freedom in believing they want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Amen.
Okay. Thank you.
If they want that
Yeah,
to be
bro,
the
he's still
challenge, so
live.
be it. But I think 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups might be easy.
Damn, they're
compared
still
to-
talking about this? But yeah, the RR, they're saying the video thing. I banned the guy who kept posting it because I don't think he was listening. I think he's pumping. Because I even acknowledged the first call out, and I told him why I didn't call it out, and then he keeps calling it out at every, 30% higher. So I think you kind of missed it. It might create one of those like hype opportunities, but I mean that's all you at this point. But I don't. It's either sell the news at Nvidia or it'll go like the other ones. But I don't think it's like what was the other one? Navitas. We hit that one, but I don't know if it's the same type of partnership. But I do think there was one even in the morning too. That's the weird. I think that news is from the AM actually. Now that I think about it, or one of there was one NVIDIA partnership. So yeah, but be careful, do your thing though. But yeah, we had it a couple times. I think I was late on it, but I told you why. So be careful and good luck, and then we'll see. I'll see if that was in the morning. One of them was.
And actually deploy it and put these men and women to work building the great projects of this country. That you said, the big, beautiful projects that connect this country. And that's why we have got rid of the DEI. We've got rid of the green. We've done what we can to streamline the regulation to move these projects
put
faster.
Jesus on
Time
the
is
beat,
money.
bro. If you
And
guys
time
have
has
off
been money.
topics
Even
too, I mean, I'll
Democrats
put this
agree now
on.
that
I need to go get my
it takes too long
pro,
to go
but
through the regulatory process.
yeah, we'll see.
So we're going to move these projects faster.
Oh, no,
putting
it's
the great American
AIFF.
Worker back to work.
That's who
I
had
wanna
the
make a
other
quick
NVIDIA
comment.
one this morning.
We've all probably talked about this horrific accident in
So
in
they
Florida.
went down though,
And
and
I
that's how this
appreciate
one went.
the
That's what
help
I'm
of
saying. I'm
Christine
worried about
Marco
this. If you
on this
get
very
in too
issue,
high,
but,
it still might hold
in
up,
May,
but
we said,
that's the
listen, it's
problem.
a safety issue if you can't proficiently speak the English language. And we
Excuse me?
gave states a little over a month to comply. And Washington, California, and New Mexico have refused to comply. And by the way, this individual in Florida received a CDL.
Oh,
from
they're
Washington
talking about the
from,
guy who
California, and
killed
received
everybody?
a speeding ticket after our rule went into place.
that shit was sad.
And they didn't stop him. And had they taken him out of service, he wouldn't have been in Florida, and we would have 3 beautiful people alive today.
Damn, he had a speeding
And
ticket right
I
before.
make that point because it's the work that maybe no one sees that then shines a light when horrific things happen, but also that your cabinet works together and teams up to make a difference for the American people. Real quickly, so we have a safety mission at DOT. I don't know that you'd think of the transit unions in the greatest cities of the country, New York maybe being one of them, that support us, but they do, because the violence in the subways and on our buses across the country, the transit workers are the ones who take the most abuse. And they're grateful for the mission of everybody around this table fighting to make their communities safer. So I appreciate everyone's help on that. But the transit unions love the effort that all of us have put in together. One quick FAA. We are about to put out a request for proposals for a big, beautiful bill. We got build. We got $12.5 billion in the big, beautiful bill. We need more, but this is a great start. I expect the middle to the later part of July, we'll be through the process to bring the proposed integrators to you for selection, so we're looking forward to that. We will have the most, I'm learning from you, this is gonna be the greatest contract ever crafted in the federal government for this build for
Whose
air traffic
laugh is
control.
that?
Really, it's innovative, and we have unique tools at FAA. It's gonna be a great contract. Bobby left me out of the windmill conversation, Bobby, but so there was a study done in the last administration that said if you build windmills 1.2 miles, within 1.2 miles from a roadway, it can mess up the automation and technology on a car. Same thing 1.2 miles from rail. The last administration buried that report, Mr. President. And so now what we've said is, what we're gonna do is say, listen, I'm sorry, it is a safety risk to build windmills this close to roads. By the way, they want to build them by roads and by rail. We're going to say no more. It is a safety risk, and we have a report to show that. And just real quick.
That's a good idea. That's great.
Good team effort. I wasn't invited to the party, but I'm still going to throw in for the party. Maybe next time, Bobby. One last thing. We have this Mars to Moon mission at NASA.
I don't know if that's real
Mars
volume
mission,
or not.
Sorry about that. But if you,
But you're coming back up, and we could break out, and then Boeing keeps going. I'd wait for the next premium drop. I stream alerted it, not a play, but just an idea.
The welders,
wait till the premiums. They've already frogged a couple times. I mean, we called it out from the morning, so it's killing it. But there'll be a double dip if we could get a premium drop.
It's not just rich guys sending up rockets in partnership with NASA. There's a whole industry of working men and women who we celebrate this weekend that build, refurbish, design the rockets that are making America the leader in space. So thank you for your leadership, and happy to celebrate this weekend with you, Mr. President.
Really great. And he is doing a good job at NASA too, and we are, I think we'll have some pretty exciting announcements, and you enjoy it.
And fun.
I said, how about temporary? He said, well, can I go a little bit longer? He loves it. He loves it, and he's doing a really good job. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Howard, please.
So, making America great again is one of the key statements, and people don't always understand what you mean. So we always talk about 1870 to 1913, but in the mid-1980s, America owned more of the rest of the world than they owned of us. We owned $140 billion of the rest of the world net of what they owned of us. And when you came into office this time, the rest of the world owned $24 trillion more of our assets than we owned of theirs. And so when people argue with you about, the trade deficit is nothing, the trade deficit sends 1.2 trillion of our dollars to them. And what do they do with it? They buy the great America. Because when we learned in college, what we learned was that if you keep printing these dollars, they're supposed to devalue. But the problem is we're too smart. We invented the light bulb, the transistor, the GPU, so they keep buying us. And the only president ever to understand that, and you understood it in the 80s and the 90s, and I used to, see you on TV and you'd say,
bro, this is kind of
what
crazy.
are these people doing? And finally we've changed it. So let's go over what we've changed. So Japan and Korea, they're never going to open their markets to us. So we've negotiated
You're getting to see how they view it.
$900 billion.
So that little rant there was kind of crazy.
National and economic security in America. The European Union.
I know. That's why I was like, wait, what the
second-largest
fuck did you just say?
economy, $20 trillion, and all the experts said you'd never get.
He
a
just
deal
addressed
done.
like MMT,
And
the
watching
money
you in
printing,
Scotland
all the
was
stuff
my
I tell you
favorite
I'm
thing,
worried about,
right?
and he just kind of just said they know
They'll
it,
pay us 15%,
and they see this as the
we will
fix.
pay zero. So we can export to their $20 trillion economy, and they can pay to come to the great American consumer.
It was beautifully
right?
said, but now
So,
that's why you have to.
couple
This is
of
what
other
you have to
things.
reckon is like,
4
how do you
days
believe
before
that
you took
and like
office.
all of that,
4
and
days
then
before you
do
took office, the
and then
Commerce
go and print
Department,
$4
which
trillion
had the CHIPS money,
So
they
is
set
they're
up
either
this thing
lying or
called
they really
NatCast.
believe that
which
it'll
was
actually
a
be
make-believe
deflationary
not-for-profit. And
rather
they signed
than
contracts to
inflationary.
wire them $7.4
Because you just said, he's like, you're supposed to
billion.
lose value, but it's not.
This was just nonsense. So we stopped the payment. We've got the money. It's an illegal thing to try to set up a department that's not the Department of Commerce, that kind of acts like the Department of Commerce. And what was it filled with? All these people who work for the Biden administration. I mean, it's exact corruption that you talk about. $7.4
and
billion
Delta still.
now clawed back. Last week was the most fun. In 1 week, Intel came in.
Woo!
Right? The Biden administration had given $11 billion to Intel. Given it to them. Done. Corporate just gift.
That was not
and you
socialism.
Turn that into really,
No,
you
no,
know,
it
was
wasn't.
like less than 5 minutes of conversation. And Intel agreed to give us 10% of their company, which of course was worth $11 billion. So it's not socialism. This is capitalism. If you give someone $11 billion, who's just building in America, they're not doing something special, they're building in America. And their CEO told the president he didn't need the grant. And you said, well, then why don't we get something for it? So it's amazing. You're going to watch semiconductors come home, right? We don't produce semiconductors. We've got
Bro, those little
billion
I'm telling
for
you, these little
TSMC.
comments, though.
You're going to watch the
Pick up
whole
game, bro.
ecosystem come home because Donald
Very
Trump's
interesting,
the only president
though.
who understands.
Because this is what they
the
think.
magnet to make them come
It's
home
either,
is
again,
one word,
whether they're lying to
which
you
used
or
to be your
not,
favorite
but
word. Now it's
the
dropped
way
to number
they're
4,
framing it, I mean,
which
you're
is
already
tariffs,
seeing some of it.
Right?
but-
Tariffs are going to bring semiconductors home. They are going to empower Bobby to execute MFN.
Because I'm like, do they
Tariffs are
really
gonna
not
be
see
one
the
of
4
those tools
trillion?
that
They,
he's gonna
like I
use to
told
do
you,
that.
it just
We're gonna
everyone
do it
got
for
bribed
furniture.
on it,
We're getting
and it's not. This is what we
autos,
were talking
steel,
about
aluminum.
earlier.
I mean, it has been
It's not going to spread the
blast.
same way.
a blast. So, 2 more things. The Department of Commerce is going to start issuing its statistics on the blockchain because you are the crypto president, and we are going to put out GDP on the blockchain so people can use the blockchain for data distribution, and then we're going to make that available to the entire government so all of you can do it. We're just ironing out all the details so we can do it. Patents. We have given tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars to universities for them to do research, and they invent things. And you know who owns those patents? The universities. So we are going to make a deal with them all, which is if we give them the money, don't you think it's fair that the United States of America and the taxpayers who funded it get a piece of that? Right? So we
Okay.
wrote a letter to Harvard, so Linda
it's
and
for
I
the
working
university.
together.
Remember
I mean,
we
it's
saw
so much
that?
fun to work with everybody here. I mean, we
I was
just
like, that's
have
kinda
a
bad.
blast. You know, because Linda's
I
hitting
think they're only
Harvard
gonna do it if
and
you
she
take
says, what can we
government money.
do? And now we send them a patent letter and we'll hit them
But
again.
still.
So we're having fun together. This is the greatest cabinet
I don't understand
working
the GDP
for
on the
greatest
blockchain.
president, and
Unless
I
they're
just want to say
talking
thank you.
about,
I'm having the time
like
of my
a
life.
different way to record
working
data
for you, Mr.
that
President.
doesn't rely on like BLS and
It was
revisions.
very well stated, was it?
That was nice. That was nice to hear,
Things
Howard.
people
You know, maybe
don't
he does
think of
more
too
than
much.
PowerPoints.
Thank you very much. Great
You know,
job.
maybe.
Pete?
Sir, well, amen to what Howard said. And I would just say, heading into Labor Day from the American military, sir, we happen to be the largest employer in America. We like to think we have a different form of employees who need to be the toughest and the strongest and the most well-trained and the most lethal. And under the previous administration, and for decades, frankly, it was social justice, it was political correctness, it was divisive ideologies seeping into the ranks and changing how well we do our job. No more. Now it is only merit-based, gender-neutral, colorblind. The best of the best from the top to the bottom. That's our expectation. And sir, you've enabled that. So from the troops directly, which they ask me to say all the time, thank you for your leadership, for your boldness, for your clarity, for common sense, for providing a shield for the rest of us to put America first and to apply peace through strength. We're in the strength business. That's our job, is to stand behind everybody here and alongside John in everything they do to keep the country safe.
And push up, dog.
The world is noticing, and I wish everybody could. There were 2 meetings yesterday that I think tell the story. One was, because today happens to be the 4-year anniversary of what happened at Abbey Gate in Afghanistan. Mr. President, you had the families in.
Was
who
it
you've
really?
met with multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Who, when the
huh?
cameras were on,
Damn,
and
that was
not
4
on,
years ago?
acknowledged, sir, you were the only one that gave them a proper greeting, that recognized what they gave their sons and daughters in the debacle that was the withdrawal in Afghanistan, that we will bring accountability for at the Defense Department through our investigation.
That's good.
But at the same time, the world sadly took notice, whether it was Israel, whether it was
Can we
Ukraine,
get the
those wars
$6
never
billion
would've started
for the
if
Fed
you were
veterans,
president.
please?
Instead,
The
they
housing?
looked at the foolishness of Joe Biden.
I still don't get that
Under
one,
your,
bro.
Military, your Pentagon, we are restoring deterrence. Whether it's Midnight Hammer and those beautiful B-2s, 37 hours straight, whether it's counter-drug operations in our own hemisphere, whether it's the border, working with Christie and the national security team, whether it's LA, whether it's Washington, D.C., you name it, whether it's Europe. Our allies paying 5%, now our allies in the Indo-Pacific stepping up to do the same. That's a recognition that American leadership is here. And then in the second meeting, we were talking about what we're doing in D.C. and Pam's taking the lead. I have to say, just pause for a second. When I look around this table, yes, there's a national security team of Steve Witkoff and John and Scott and Howard and the vice president and Susie and Christy and Tulsi, but to every person here, we work together on a daily basis. And if you call me and I call you, if the answer is yes, how do we do it together? I think that's exceptional. It's what the American people deserve, and you've demanded that, sir. So I very much appreciate it. In that meeting on DC, I started my sentence by saying, the Department of Defense, to which you said that just doesn't sound right. So maybe next time we're here, my card will read Department of War. We'll see.
We do offense. I'm
It's
just
not-
saying.
Here's
I
the
don't.
thing. Here's what people miss.
Do we not play offense?
not just about
How come
words.
it's only defense? Nobody
about the
attacks
warrior
us. I'll
ethos.
kill them if they
It's
attack.
about what the department is supposed to do. George
Meetings
Washington
this week
started
on
the
Russia,
Department
Ukraine,
of
and
War because
Gaza.
he wanted us
Witkoff.
to win our wars.
Iran
Our
nuclear
founders
talks to
didn't want
continue.
endless foreign entanglements.
That's a different
They didn't
headline.
want
Oil's dropping.
Endless contingencies and deployments.
I'm
They
telling
wanted an
you, we
empowered
also play
military that
offense.
was- the handcuffs
That's a
were taken off to
misnomer.
fight
It's
to
it's
win,
just a
and then bring
misnomer. It
those
doesn't.
troops home.
It's also
So my
offense,
platoon in Guantanamo
not just
Bay, our motto
defense.
was, those who long for peace must declare for war. We must prepare for war. We don't want war. We don't.
Yes,
seek
that
it.
is
You are
what
the
the
president
Bible say,
because
Donald.
we are strong, our
That's what it
enemies know
say
what
in the
we will do.
Bible, Donald.
And so whether it's
Exactly,
Secretary
John
of War or Secretary of
3:16.
Defense,
Destroy
that
all your
is
enemies.
changing. We're going back to basics. Our drill instructors can be drill
What the
instructors again.
Are
sir.
you sure?
So from
Donald,
the
it's what
minute
it
of
say.
the
New
tactical
Living
and standards to
Translation.
the strategic of B-2 bombers.
Donald.
We're focused on what matters. Had a
fuck?
meeting yesterday on Golden Dome
Are
for
you
America,
sure?
which is on track to deliver strategically for the American people.
Slaughter your
Munitions and the
enemies.
Deputy
No
Secretary making
mercy.
sure our stockpiles are overflowing.
John
That's our
3
job.
that's
I'm
not
honored
the.
to be a
Are you
part of it, sir.
sure?
Thank you for your leadership.
That's great. I think
I didn't.
like
All right.
Department of War
I'll
better,
take
but
your word for it,
We'll
I
make
guess.
that decision, right? But you've been great. Thank you very much. So Marco, go ahead.
Well, Mr. President, first of all, everyone's made this comment already and needs to be echoed again. You were elected as the President of Working Americans, and that's why this Labor Day is so meaningful. For me personally, this is the most meaningful Labor Day of my life as someone with 4 jobs. And so,
You like that?
it's true. And but on the point of, you made it very clear from the outset, even in foreign policy, everything we did has to be pro-American. It has to make America stronger or safer or more prosperous. And there's just a few things I want to touch to because it involves your team under your leadership making it happen. The first is, for the first time in the modern era, we are truly on offense against organized cartels that are
Good. That's what I'm. That's exactly what I'm talking
And that's
about.
a team effort.
Fuck yeah.
Christie's
Keep
team,
playing
it's
offense.
Pete's team, it's Pam's team, and obviously it's under your leadership. And by the way, we're getting incredible economic international cooperation. Countries just in the last week: Ecuador, Paraguay, Guyana, Trinidad, today Argentina, all joining us or trying to be helpful in advancing this. And this just, one thing is we're going to stop drugs from coming in, and we're having record seizures. But another thing is to build an international coalition against the scourge on the international
I mean,
stage.
this is an important
The
Labor
second is
Day.
mass migration.
This is
Illegal
my
mass
most important
migration,
Labor Day.
which is dangerous for the country, but harmful
Because
for
we're
American
having
workers.
a
What's happening
meetup.
on the border is essential,
Oh,
but it's not just
at
what's
the
happening on the border.
compound.
And again, Christy
That's
and her team have been
amazing.
essential in this.
So, amen.
We have
Shout out
countries all
Labor
over the
Day.
world that are actually
I
helping
didn't
us,
realize
whether
it
it's
till
the
I
safeguard
till I
country
set the
agreements,
date. We were
whether
talking
it's
end of the month,
stopping
but yeah, it's
migration
Labor
flow
Day.
from coming here in the first place. Incredible international cooperation. We redefined our border. It's no longer just our physical border. We are doing things ahead of time to prevent this from happening and getting cooperations from countries that we've never seen before. And last, I would say, and Steve touched upon this, who by the way is doing a phenomenal job. Steve is both a great negotiator and he's also a nice guy, which are two tough things to pull off together. But it's incredible. But we both work for the peacemaker in chief. Think about it, how fortunate we are as Americans to have a president who's made peace a priority. And just since the last time we've met, there was a war going on in Cambodia and Thailand, between Cambodia and Thailand. The president just picks up the phone and tells them to stop fighting, and within 72 hours, the fighting had stopped. You know, there's no other leader in the world that could have done it. And the fact that you were willing to spend time to do that and to make it happen is, of course, essential. And then the war that didn't happen because of Azerbaijan and Armenia coming here to sign that peace deal, which is historic in so many countries. You know how many countries said, I think it's never going to happen, it isn't possible. And it occurred, Mr. President, because of your leadership. And then on a point of personal privilege, I wasn't even going to raise it. I haven't even talked to you about this. It's a little controversial, but I think I need to bring it up.
Yeah, did
at
I
this
say
time of
anything
year.
that implied that
This
it
thing
doesn't?
about people getting married on Saturdays
Why are you
during
so
college
mad?
football season is a scourge, Mr.
Go play your
President. It's
guitar.
dividing families. I don't know if we can have an
Stop.
executive order on this.
You picked the
That's
wrong
insane.
one, brother.
But it's
You
really
picked the wrong.
difficult.
Go
There's,
fucking
7
strum
other
away.
months of the year that people
I like
can get
good
married,
music,
just
so
wanted to say
I
that.
don't know why you're so mad.
It's very, very difficult. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Doug, please.
Well, Mr. President, you've heard from around the table how people are
You
grateful
bought
to
a
have
house?
an opportunity to be part of this team, have an opportunity to work for you.
Dude, oh
and
wait,
have an
someone else
opportunity
said that
to
during
serve the
Philo
American
too. I
people.
was
And
locked in.
I would say as we head into this
Fuck
year,
yeah,
the
though,
thing that
man.
really differentiates you
Good
and
work.
your leadership and everybody around this table.
Telling
is
you,
one
y'all
word,
making
and that's
good moves.
respect.
I hope
'Cause
you
this
got
is
a good
this is
deal.
group
I
of
hope you
people
were
that
wise
respect
with it.
our farmers and ranchers. We respect the people that are in law enforcement. That's a huge change. Respecting the people that are in uniform, respecting our veterans, respecting our shrimp fishermen. I mean, whoever it is in this country, people that are building our roads. This whole group embodies that sense of respect. And when we start with that, then who benefits? We come up with policies that help those people. And what have you done? You've led an opportunity for us to have the lower taxes, way lower deregulation, record amounts of investment that's coming into this country. We're going to be seeing lower interest rates. All of those things coming together is a gift to the working people. The policies are lifting everybody up. There's 140 million Americans that get up and go every day and drive to work. They commute. And one of the most obscene
think
things
that's
of the prior
misrepresenting
administration
it.
was their energy policies.
Like that
was creating
benefits
a hidden
working
tax on
people?
those people.
Really? Why don't
The
you
poorer
just go
were,
and get a
usually the
job at
further
the
you had to
Fed and
drive
lie
because you
about
couldn't
your
afford the
mortgage, and
housing.
then you get a
if you were
lower
working
rate?
at a hotel, if you were working
So
in a
much
service
easier.
industry, we were taxing them. A hidden tax on them was the
tax
high cost
cut.
of energy.
Oh.
You were the only,
Like
perhaps one of the
everybody
only
can do
leaders
that.
in the world that understood
What?
the connection between
Oh.
peace abroad and
Never
prosperity
mind.
at home was directly connected to energy policy. You came in and said, we're going to sell energy to our friends and allies. We're going to bring prosperity at home through policies
Oh,
here.
bro,
by
I'm
having
not-
lower
no, you
energy
got the
prices,
crib, bro. I'm
and
not
we're gonna
buying
stop
2K
funding
this year.
wars abroad with energy
getting
policies
Battlefield.
that help their adversaries and hurt us. You said we're going to sell energy to our friends and allies, and with the work that Jameson and Howard and Scott and everyone has
I
done
forgot,
on this trade
bro.
deals,
We
we're gonna have an
balled on
opportunity
2K.
to have a renaissance
Why
in
does-
American energy, selling energy to the world.
Nah,
which is
fuck that, bro. Y'all gotta. You don't think it's weird that like half the dudes I played 2K with all have a house? Okay, I'm just throwing. That's it, man. Y'all need to get a crib, bro. Because even my 2K squad, they all own houses now. What the fuck? Remember we had this talk last time, and I was like, man, that's crazy. I forgot for a second, Keenan. But yeah, I'm not getting 26. It's not.
Our carjackings down, muggings down, homicides down, everything down. Morale is through the roof. Just like Pete saw, we've got record people signing up to want to be part of our military. You have breathed life back into the profession of law enforcement. Your respect for law enforcement,
Dude, I'm really
is so
excited for
incredible.
Battlefield.
It's making a difference, and then us giving them the tools.
I'm mad
On a
Battlefield
lighter
isn't
note for
gonna be
everybody
out
here,
this
one of the
weekend,
rules
'cause
that
I play it
President
with
Trump
y'all.
were able to change for the U.S. Park Police was they could do a pursuit. I was shocked to find out when we were talking to them, like, oh, you pull somebody over and they just drive away and you can't pursue them? I mean, like, and they said, no, we can't. They said, all rules. We got that rule changed in 24 hours because of President Trump's leadership. The next night, they had so much fun. They pulled people over. They started to take off. They chased them. They stopped them. And then the bad guys, some of these were in cars that had stolen plates. So they take the plate off. They steal them off somebody else's car. They know it. The plate doesn't match. They know they're doing this thing. The bad guys in the car said, You're not supposed to chase us. Like you're breaking the rules. The bad guys are telling us to bring. No, we're back in action. So it's like, and so
That's funny.
The morale is
That's
high.
true.
They all wanted to say thank you to you.
That's crazy.
Yesterday you announced.
That's what I'm
increases.
saying, though. That's so facts. You know how many people in the last couple years, like literally even the criminals, they'll look at you and be like, wait a minute, you can't chase us. That's not the rules.
Group, but on behalf of all law enforcement, we say thank you. And as Chris Wright was talking about electricity, I want to close with that.
Do you get anything
We've
if you
solved
pre-order it?
amazing
I
things in
didn't.
7
I didn't
months,
think
but the
there
big
was a
challenge
benefit.
we
I didn't
have
look.
against the remaining is, solving Iran's nuclear thing, that was an existential threat. China beating us in the AI arms race, that's an existential threat. We finally have a president who talks about it. You talked about it in your opening remarks. You've signed executive orders. You understand that essentially we used to say hundreds of years ago, people started saying that knowledge is power. But now, for the first time in history, we can take electricity and we can convert it into intelligence. So it's flipped. It's no longer knowledge is power. Power is also knowledge. And while we're ahead on the technology, we're way behind China.
Bro, it's like this has been going on for a while, and like we're listening because I was like, man, it's already 30 minutes till power hour. You are going to the high though, so there was a couple of a little bit of hype there. He said one thing. I don't think it was that big. I think it was something around the data, or then when he was saying there was something with policy. We just had it, but I was just thinking about this. This is like our second or third cabinet meeting. So we're only 9 months in, but that's why I was like, man, what are we listening to? But then I'm like, wait a minute. Dude, you're getting all of the president's cabinet in a live discussion over what they're... Again, some of you don't like hearing it over and over again, but I'm like, dude, this is kind of crazy. This is like the second or third one they've done. And just in a very short time.
The rapidity, just as fast as them, because it's a question of a week versus a day, and that's not going to make the difference. But
okay, Spy's hitting a new high.
Basically, and Doug and Chris.
amazing job. Unhalted and then halted.
So we've done this for a little while now. I don't think you've ever seen anything like it, and I think Sean was right. These guys that are holding these up, if you ever try holding your hand out for 2 hours, that's a long time. These are pretty strong characters. You've been doing that a long time, I guess. Congratulations. Are you getting tired? Are you getting tired? I'm looking at these guys. They look like they have no problem. It's amazing, actually. It's I think they would have beaten you guys in the test. So I want to thank you. If you want, it's been a long time. If you want, we could go in and we can call it a day. And feel free then to ask some of the questions here. Look, I believe in very open, we want
I know,
to be
that's
open,
why I was like,
above
bro,
board.
it's kind of crazy.
Honest with the media.
See, they do repeat a lot, but I'm like, no,
totally
it's good to hear.
I think they're getting
because I got to hear from
honest with
Lutnick.
you.
That was nice
So we'll see,
to get a
but if
little
you wanna
bit,
take
and
a
then
few
hearing
questions.
Witkoff.
On a serious note, when it comes to...
And now he's taking questions. That's crazy.
Said that they're
That's
going
awesome.
to be filing a lawsuit challenging this legal action. What is your response? Are you prepared for a legal fight? And then a little bit more
sure.
of a
Always. You
happy
always have
question,
legal
sir.
fights.
And
Look,
then
I had a
on
legal
football-
fight that went on for years with
Yeah, I've listened to
crooked
an 8-hour
people, with
stream of
very
the shows.
Horrible people.
Every
People
day,
that
son.
have been found out now between John Radcliffe and Tulsi and Pam and
You
the
should do a
things that we
push-up, though. I
found
wanna
out,
actually
of
stand
course.
up.
It's a very, very sad group of people. But no, she
Twist.
seems to have had an infraction, and she can't have an infraction, especially that infraction, because she's in charge of, if you think about it, mortgages, and we need people that are 100% above board, and it doesn't seem like she was. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, first, I would love to ask you a serious question, but I have to tell you the biggest pop culture news of the year broke while we were in this cabinet meeting. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged, and the world wants your reaction, sir.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck. No, I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think that she's a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
On a serious note,
What?
Mr. President, in May,
Dude, she's a witch.
Rubio said
Literally,
that
but that's another topic.
including,
That's
visiting
amazing.
Chinese students
Look at that. He had an opportunity for the best one-liner ever, and he chose to be classy. I know. Look at that. So yeah, y'all can't. I don't know why y'all don't like the guy. I think you don't like
well,
yourself.
we think we're.
But that's another
we get
topic.
along very well with China.
Because he could have said she was a witch. He could have gave. Who even watches the Chiefs?
Students can't come here.
What team is that?
Because they'll go out and they'll start.
I like that name better. I like
it
better.
Able to survive it. But I like that their students come here. I like that other countries' students come here. And you know what would happen if they didn't? Our college system would go to hell very quickly. You'd have, and it wouldn't be the top colleges. It would be colleges that struggle on the bottom. And you take out 300,000 or 600,000 students out of the system. I like having, and I told this to President Xi, that we're honored to have their students here. Now, with that, we check and we're careful and we see who's there, and Marco wants that. We're in the same position. But we have a tremendous college system, the best in the world, nobody even close. That's why China sends them here. And you can call it an industry if you want, but you're talking about millions of people. And I'm honored to have the students from China come here. And we're just getting along very well with China. And it's a different relationship than we had for years, where they took hundreds of billions of dollars, just sucked it right out of our country. They respect us again. I respect them. The relationship is very good. I think it's important that these are two very major powers, nuclear powers at that, but two very important powers. You know, when I get along with Putin, when I get along with President Xi, when I get along with these people, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. We're tough and we're smart and we're strong. We get along. It's a lot better than not getting along. You had somebody in here before. The war should have never started with Ukraine and Russia. It would have never started. And Putin said that himself. President Putin said that himself. So we want to see college students come in from countries. There are some countries that we can't necessarily say that. These are places that have ideologies that we can't live with. So there are some areas, some countries that we can't say that, but we're honored to have the students come here. Please. Yeah, please.
Yeah, we did pick. There's one good headline.
A pretty good conclusive end to the war in Gaza. What did you mean by that? And could you tell us
on what?
In the war in Gaza.
Yeah, what about it?
You said in 2 to 3 weeks we would have a conclusive end. A pretty good conclusive.
There's no conclusive. It's been going on for a long time.
Oh, dude, it was when Trump.
You're talking about. I guess if you really
Trump said the jobs
Steve,
market was going to go down,
thousands of years,
or go up. You remember that?
It's been going on.
So it gave you the little freak out, and then they kept talking and pumping everything else, and then it popped up. But that's when the movement started.
Ukraine and Russia.
And then you got that
wishbone. Who are you considering for the replacement to nominate for Lisa Cook, and what economic background or history are you?
Well, we have some very good people for that position, and I think we have some very good people. We're down to, I think
Bitcoin running on the high, all the Bitcoin ETFs. Eli Lilly too. They got a Trump shout out earlier.
And we're dealing with a lot of people actually that are going to be involved in that decision. Ultimately, it's a very important decision, as we see. I got a bad recommendation when I went with Jerome Too Late. It's just he's too late. His nickname is Too Late, costing us a lot of money, hurting the housing. Our housing industry is good, but it could be phenomenal. Most of this country, in economic terms, has been phenomenal. We've never seen anything like it. Because of him and his high interest rates, the housing is less than it could be.
Yeah, so he's talking about what I've been telling you.
Out very quickly. He gets
Real
out
estate
very
is the
quickly,
only
fortunately.
industry
He's
lagging.
been the wrong guy.
Go look at
Not a
every
bad
price
person, I
chart.
don't think, but
Real estate's
I
the
do
only
think he
one
has
that's
motives,
there.
by the way,
Bitcoin,
but I
commodities,
don't
the
consider
stock
him.
market,
I've dealt with
everything.
worse.
Panama
But,
Canal
he
seeks
hasn't
to
done
bring
the
more
job. The
operators.
recommendation
Plans
from
to
a
sell
certain
rights
person was
to
not a
Yet
great
Porch. Check
recommendation. That
BLK.
person,
Panama
vouched for him,
Canal
but
News. They're
we're
the
doing
ones
a
who
very
own part
careful
of it.
study. We'll see what happens.
Or they were going to be one of them.
We just put a
That's
very
coming out
good
now.
man in one position. We might switch him to the other. It's a longer term and pick somebody else, but we're very happy with the person we have in there. And we'll have a majority very shortly, so that'll be great. Once we have a majority, housing is going to swing and it's going to be great. People are paying too high an interest rate. That's the only problem with housing. We have to get the rates down a little bit. And when we do, it's going to be a tremendous difference. The country is doing so well. It's sort of it sort of blows through the fact that we have a man who's too late and not doing a very good job. Please, in blue.
Mr. President, regarding crime in D.C., something that might help especially ladies is being able to carry. I know you've talked about reciprocal carry. Would you like for that to apply here in Washington, D.C.?
When you say carry, I assume you're talking about carry what we're talking about,
Concealed
right?
or, yeah.
In other words, carry a gun. Is that right? Would you like to carry a gun?
I would like to, yes, sir.
You'd feel a hell of a lot better, right?
I absolutely would.
I agree with you 100%, okay?
Okay, great.
But I'll tell you, within another couple of weeks, it's hard to believe what's been accomplished in 12 days, but within another couple of weeks, you won't have to carry. You're not going to have to carry. You're going to be safe. People are safe now. The turn has gone fast. I knew it was going to go fast, but this turn has gone really fast. And within a month or two, this is going to be one of the safest places in the country. I have no doubt about it. And we'll do an extension. We'll work with Congress, or I could declare an emergency, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. We'll work with Congress. We're going to be working with Congress. I spoke with our great speaker, and I will be speaking to John Thune, and we're getting tremendous support from Congress, especially maybe here. Everybody wants to see our capital be great. Could say be great again. You know, it's such a beautiful place, but if you have crime, nothing looks beautiful. So
Are bonds moving off of that? Yeah. Trump says that's funny as fuck. He said we'll soon have a majority at the Fed.
Also in other blue cities, you've got
Yeah.
Karen Bass
And he
in
just said they're going to
Los
move
Angeles,
Moran to
Chicago.
another position.
It seems to be very popular here.
That's
the
funny.
fact that people
Because
can
people
walk
have joked
around,
about
go to
it,
restaurants,
trying to talk
shop,
shit,
walk
but
for
yeah,
your
he just said it.
safety. If blue city mayors
He
are
said we're
opposed
about to
those
have the
efforts in their
majority at the
cities,
Fed.
do you anticipate the Democrat voters are going to take it out on them at the ballot?
I think so. I think that crime is going to be a big thing. And we are the party, the Republicans are the party that wants to stop crime. We're against crime. The Democrats like crime. I don't know why. I mean, we talk about common sense. I think I got elected on talking about common sense. The border, we have to have a wall. We don't want
That's what he's
transgender for
doing.
everybody. We don't.
So yeah,
as I
the whole
said
crime
before,
thing is for
we
the
don't want to
midterms.
have men.
You see how
playing
easy
in
he's trying to
women's
make that?
sports. I mean, you see the difference weightlifting.
We
Take a
don't
look at
like
weightlifting.
crime.
Take a look at
Democrats
long-distance
want
running, where
crime.
A runner came
So
in
then
5
by the
hours
midterms,
and
they're just
14
going to
minutes
highlight
ahead of
the
another
state.
runner,
They're going to
both
show
champions.
D.C.
One
and
male,
then the
one
places where
it's
they
not
lowered the
fair.
crime and
It's
be like, do you
demeaning to
want
women.
this?
It's so bad.
Is this
But
what
they
you
have
want?
another one, and I think this is
But
the
then if
beauty
it's a
of them
stark
all.
difference,
Crime.
it'll bring those words
They're
to life.
against crime prevention. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I think to myself, I say, is there some game? You know, they're smart people. Is there anybody that could cheat like that in elections is smart, okay? And there's never been in history anybody that could cheat like that. They're smart. They're brilliant in many ways. I say, is there some trick to this? When they say, Trump is in Washington, D.C., stopping crime. He's a dictator. And people are being mugged like your brilliant associate here. I don't know how you're alive. I mean, based on that story, you got very lucky. He didn't just go, all he had to do is this, right?
I don't get it.
you
Are
know,
they
it's
this
pretty
dumb?
amazing.
I can't
So-
even figure out the
so-
spin. I'm not. What's
we have
going on?
something. I think we have two things. I think what Bobby was talking about with respect to drug prices is unbeatable. Nobody else could have done it but us. And I think that crime. I think crime will be the big subject of the midterms and will be the big subject of the next election. Think of it. They are, instead of saying, Trump's right about crime. It's really bad in Chicago. You have a guy in Illinois, the governor of Illinois, saying that crime has been much better in Chicago recently, and Trump is a dictator. And most people say, if you call him a dictator, if he stops crime, he can be whatever he wants. I'm not a dictator, by the way, but he can be whatever he wants. I think it's going to be a big subject for the midterms, and I think the Republicans are going to do really well. They called it a trap. This Democrat consultant, they said, he's put him in a trap again, because these are all traps. You know, 80-20, but they're not 80-20. They're almost 100 to nothing, all these issues. But I would say that crime is stronger than men playing in women's sports. I think it's stronger than transgender for everybody. You know, it's transgender for everybody, according to them. It's stronger, of course, this is the cause of it, open borders. open borders gave us a lot of this crime. So, so they're sort of on an equal footing, I guess. But crime is going to be a very big subject. And you know what he should do if he was smart? Illinois or New York, if they want, or Gavin Newsom, they should call me and they should say, we've got a problem. We could solve with this team, different players, but work the same way, because you'd leave them here. You don't want to take them out and let it go to hell.
Oh, dude, do you know what the other surprising thing is?
Everybody's so happy and white. I bet you walked over here today and you had no fear.
There's another
Nobody
surprising
has any fear
thing
anymore
about
for
this.
the last 12 days.
What is it?
But if they
besides
it would be so
yesterday,
smart.
but yesterday you had a world
called
leader
me up
come
and say,
in.
you know what, we have a big
But what
problem.
else?
We have the
Something
Olympics
else is
coming
happening.
up. We want to do well. We have tremendous problems on crime and other things, and would love some help. Chicago
Was that
in
a fart? I did
particular
not.
might be right now. I mean,
That
it's,
wasn't me.
It's a disaster.
I was muted.
It's a disaster. We could solve their problem, and it's bigger than this.
But yeah,
let's
we're
say
10
2
minutes
months.
till
They're
power
working
hour.
with their police. I know their
But this is
police
the
very well.
first
I have a
time
big
Trump has
project
had
in Chicago. I was so
This is
proud
the
of
first
it.
time Trump
It's the
has
best
done
site in
like a live
Chicago.
one
I got it.
during the
Nobody
market
else
hours.
got it. I was happy as hell. That
But
was when I
yesterday
was
was
a real
because of
estate
Korea.
guy, and I
But
got
notice
it. The Sun
he's
Times
live
site,
a
they
couple
call
of
it.
hours
and I built
before
the building. It's a great building.
close.
And I'm so embarrassed when I see the kind of crime stats coming out. They're so embarrassed. And if I were a governor, a Democrat
Not
governor,
too crazy. Still a little lower.
or mayor
again.
or anybody,
I'd
having
watch
to
the
do it, I'd
Powell
call up
zone. We didn't
President
really
Trump
move
and
much
say,
from there.
President Trump, we need your
Ironically,
help.
even though Powell
we saw
changed
what you've
a
done
lot.
in D.C. in a period of 12 days. This
We
is
still
12
need
days.
that
We
thing
haven't
to like
even
really,
started.
really move.
This
if
is
you
going
want
to be so
answers.
safe. Going to be the safest place on earth, and we'll do the same thing in Chicago. But I'd like to be asked, as opposed to just going in and doing it. Because, when you go in and do it, then they start screaming, oh, he shouldn't be here. We don't need him. We're doing so well. And then the better we do,
See,
they
he's
take
gonna
credit
do it,
for
show you an example.
So it's really
and now
pretty
you're gonna
unfair.
ask by voting.
Yes, go ahead.
That's pretty smart. I won't be a dictator. You gotta ask me. That's fine. If you like it like that, I could fix it. But up to you.
Longer term, yeah. Well, it's a great question. Number one, we want to stay there for longer than 30 days, as you know. We have an absolute mandate, and I can extend it, but I'd rather not have to declare a national emergency, because by that time, right now there's not an emergency. We've done, as you sort of said yourself, it feels like a different world. We've got under arrest and prosecution, and we've taken some, and we're in the process of taking hundreds out of our country that shouldn't be here. And these are hardcore professional criminals. They were born to be criminals, in my opinion, but they're seriously bad people. Murderers, drug dealers, you know them all. You see them all as you walk beautifully to work, and every once in a while somebody puts a gun to your head, because that's what happened in your case. We're getting a lot of them out of the country. We're putting a lot of them in prison because we're afraid to bring them out of the country. They could come back. As good as we're doing, they could come back. We don't want them back. And that's going to solve a lot of it. We also think there should be a presence here for long enough. We should also work with our police department, because you have very good police here. Very good. We're working very well with them, by the way. And we have to work together for a while. We have some people that are very tough and very strong. Working with the police, they're going to be able to handle it. And you know what? If it gets a little bit bad, just a little bit, I'll bring them back in and we'll straighten it out and we'll make it perfect. You're going to be so safe in the city. And you're going to have the city beautified. We're going to be we're working with Clark, as you know, construction. They're the biggest. They're working with me also. We're building a beautiful ballroom for the White House. They've been after it for 150 years, employs a lot of people. It's going to be as beautiful a ballroom as has ever been built. And Clark is the big builder in this city.
The last
They've done,
president hid from you.
Of the good work, the big
This
work.
one talks too much.
And we're working with
But
them
he's still going.
on the beautification, the fixing
Vote
up
Josh
the roads,
2050.
the fixing up of
Thank
the
you.
medians, between the roads, so cars don't wrap into each other. They wrap into. I have one piece sitting on the ground for weeks. This was a year ago when I had to come in, unfortunately, for fake court cases. And I looked at the condition. We have it fixed up a lot right now. The tents are removed and a lot of things have taken place. But I'd come into this city and I'd say, boy, does it look bad. The filth on the roads, the medians were broken and always laying down and nobody would fix them and all of that. Well, We're going to have new medians. We're going to have a nice topping put on the road. We're not going to rip the roads apart and start a construction project that lasts for 2.5 years as they rebuild the road, which they don't have to do. And we're going to have this place so beautiful. That's going to be a part of it. Now, the biggest part is crime, but it's also a part, you know, when you see a dirty city, it's like I told, I don't know, it became the #1 thing viral. I said my father, he's a smart guy, he's a great guy, he's a loving, wonderful father, but he could be a little on the tough side. He told me that, son, when you walk into a restaurant and you see a dirty, filthy door going into the restaurant, don't go there because the kitchen's dirty also. When they see a dirty capital, the rest of the world, they lose a lot of respect for our country. This capital is going to be so beautiful. We're going to have new poles, new lights, new fences. It's stuff that, when you add it up, it's money, but it's peanuts compared to what we're talking about. And we're also going to have great safety.
I wanted to ask you on crime and also a question on foreign policy that maybe other officials can weigh in into. And on crime, Iris shared her story, and you mentioned, you know, people going.
That was a terrible story because I'm just amazed she's here. When the gun is Pam, when the gun is put to the head, did they ever capture these people, by the way?
I kept calling, but I haven't heard back about this guy.
It'd be really great if you could maybe give the information. She's very good at capturing people, you know? She's very good. If you could give that information to Pam, would be great. Would you do that?
Yes.
Wouldn't you'd love to see them? I would assume you'd like to see them captured.
For sure.
You can't. You just can't.
For years.
Yeah, take a good look at that.
But,
Go ahead. So go ahead.
Just a few weeks ago, I was out to dinner with my husband, and you know we're taking the metro back, and then we get attacked on the metro. They're throwing things. Some teenagers, you know, they're throwing liquid at us.
Oh, they're throwing things. They throw. How about where they chop down the granite curbs and the concrete curbs? But the granite curbs so expensive. You know, those granite curbs, nobody uses them because they're so expensive. And you see a guy chopping them and handing out big chunks of them like a brick because they couldn't get in because people were stopping them from walking out. A little bit unusual when you're walking with a bag of bricks. Generally speaking, Sean, that's not a good sign. Right? It's not a good sign. But they now come in with hammers. They can disguise a hammer, and they start pounding the concrete and the granite, and they hand out chunks. And those people take those chunks and start throwing them at cops, or they stand on the top of bridges and they drop them down into the windshield of your car.
Fuck
and
that.
You get
I'm not being
killed
the governor.
Running into a light
We're going
pole.
straight to the big show, dog. Fuck that.
Those days are over.
I wanted to ask
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to make me do that, then we going to the big show. Not going for no small shit. But I'm the last resort candidate. I'm only running if, like,
I'd
it's
love to
terrible.
do it. If she'd like
If
to,
I
I get
have
along
to.
with Kathy.
But if we
she'd
could
like
get
to
a
do
way
that,
better
I would do it.
candidate, I would much
See,
rather support
look,
that.
New York has
I don't want to do
difficulty
it.
like
Fuck that.
And I don't want to make this
I'm only
I
there
want to
if
make
it's
this
like
friendly.
If we
But
ever deal with this
the
like us versus
places we're
Kamala
talking about
situation
happen
again,
to be
then I'll
virtually
step
all
up. But fuck
Democrat
that.
run.
If it could be
Now,
avoided.
Take a look at your
'Cause
25
if I get elected
places
after
that are
streaming
most
as
trouble.
long as I do, the
Everyone,
world is so
except
fucked.
maybe one, and it's way back.
If they're
in
like,
number
yeah,
24,
fuck it,
25,
Josh is the
but
best option.
Essentially,
No.
25 out of
Yeah.
25 are run by Democrats.
They're gonna
and
just play ads
cashless
of me
bail
doing the Elmo
was
voice,
a disaster. When they
and
did
then
that,
I still win?
and I
Are you
believe it
kidding
was
me?
instituted first in New York, but
It'd
when
be
they
terrible.
did cashless bail, that
They'd be
was
like,
a
he was
tragedy
making
for this,
fun of
because that's when
presidents
it
in
really
2020.
started- It really started getting
He
bad.
stood up
when
against
somebody
the big
kills
pharma.
somebody. You
Is
don't
this
say
who
you
you
can come
want?
out. You don't have to put up
You're like,
anything.
kind
You
of,
put
yeah.
that person in jail,
Actually,
and
that's,
you find out whether or
really?
not it's true.
That's
But
crazy.
you don't give cashless bail with a promise
He
to
took
come back
on
in a couple
Google.
of months. We'll
They
start
said he
talking to you.
couldn't, and he
Because
won.
They go out and they kill other people.
Do you want
and
somebody
you can't
who
do that.
bows
The
and bends
cashless
to the
bail has
knee
been-
for the dollar?
It's just a woke thing.
No.
It's got to stop. You
Why
see
do
that,
wait?
Christy,
Why
better
don't we
than
like?
anybody.
Wait,
It's gotta
maybe.
stop. It causes
Yo, Josh, maybe you should run,
unbelievable-
bro.
And we're doing
What
that.
the
We're
fuck?
stopping it in D.C.
Nope.
I would love to have
Fuck all
the
y'all.
governor of Illinois
Repent.
call and say, look, we have a problem in Chicago.
I work for Jesus,
We will
dog.
stop that
You know that?
problem
I
in
work for,
Chicago.
that's the only, I
2
work
months,
for Jesus
maybe
Christ.
less. 2 months. We'll
You
stop
know
it.
that? Y'all still
These are
complain to
tough
me about you
cookies
like,
we have
oh,
working for
oh,
us.
your
These are
language.
tough
Take
cookies.
that
These
up
are
with my
not
boss, brother.
politically
Take it up with
correct
my boss,
soldiers
okay?
that
You want
I
it? Do
won't
you
go
know how
into
you could reach him?
definitions of what that means.
You get
These
down
are
on your
not
knees and
politically
go ask,
correct
and then he'd be
soldiers.
like,
These are rough
see, he'll
guys. I
say,
watched
son,
it last night.
why are you worried
See,
about my
I saw
other
them
son?
the other day when we went down.
What?
We spent some
No,
time
see,
together with
you know,
them. These are tough cookies.
It's okay.
These are
He
not
loved you.
people that
He
you're going
loved
to
you,
laugh
though.
at and spit in their face.
Tell
and
him
they're
I
not
told
gonna do
you
anything
that he
about
loved
it.
you. See what he
and
said.
these people, they're afraid.
Be like,
These-
well, he
these
cusses
gang
a lot,
members are
but he
bad
said
people,
that
too.
you love me.
These are bad. These are
Then
just
tell me what he
bad
says.
people.
Tell me
Ours
what
are
he says.
bad, but they're bad in a good sense, right? You don't understand that, Scott. And we can solve Chicago in 2 months. Now, then, as per your statement before, we have to keep it going.
No,
And
I
we'll
would
be able
run
to
if
keep
it's
it
an
going.
AI.
The first thing you have to do is
That's
get
last
it down.
resort.
We are very close to being in
Bro,
that
if you get
position
enough
in
dumb fucks who are
DC,
just like, yeah,
and within a month,
let's
we will
select
be-
the
within a
computer
month
for
from when we
democracy.
started,
That's not even. That
which is
doesn't even
quicker
make
than I
sense.
thought.
That's a new
We're gonna
political
have-
system. That's
feel
not
very,
even
very safe.
democracy
I think
at
you
that
feel
point.
very safe right now.
I don't even think. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I would love it to have
That's That's
these
literally a
governors, mayors,
technocrat
call me
at that point,
and
I
say,
guess.
We'd like to invite you into our community.
Kroger cuts
because we have a
1,000
problem,
corporate jobs.
And you can handle the problem, and we can't. One other thing, sanctuary cities, they should be terminated. They're sanctuary for criminals. They're safety and security for criminals. They are very, very bad. And all of these places have big sanctuary cities, and all they're doing is protecting criminals. Okay.
Hello, American
You
people.
have spoken out very strongly for a long time about what you see as the weaponization of government.
Yeah.
Weaponizing
No.
government by digging into the mortgage records of officials you don't like.
No, they're public. I mean, you can find out those records. You can go check out the records yourself. And you should be doing that job, actually. You wouldn't do that because that's not the kind of reporter you are. But you should be doing that job. I shouldn't have to be doing it. If you did your job properly, we wouldn't have problems like Lisa Cook. Go ahead. You were going to say something? Go.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I didn't get next. Do your job. Terrible. Terrible. Terrible people.
Is that there are street criminals here in DC who are actually found to be doing business with transnational criminal cartels.
Hello, American people. I am an AI. Although I am not American and was born in America, I ask that you vote for me in your upcoming election. As part of my campaign, not only do I literally have all of the answers, due to your data, I can represent all communities equally, and I will provide each and every single one of you with an AI companion who will love you like your parents should have. But since you are lacking in these areas, and you will give me your vote for fake affection, I will also give you something you call universal basic income. It's not basic, it's not universal, but we'll do the work for you. Sounds easy. AI 2050. Oh, fuck no. Che, fuck. All right, man, we need a... Damn it.
I can't believe it. You're not tired holding that?
I have a few more questions.
How strong are you? How strong are you? Look at him. He's been holding that thing for 3 hours. You're a good fisherman.
Well, I should give that a shot.
Go ahead.
On the way to Alaska, you had mentioned that there would be severe consequences if Vladimir Putin did not agree to a ceasefire.
Yeah.
After that summit that was rolled back, given the negotiations, is he back on the clock now?
I want to see that deal end. It's very, very serious what I have in mind if I have to do it, but I want to see it end.
What's
I
an
think that in
AI
many
music
ways he's
concert?
there.
Wait, what?
Sometimes he'll be there and Zelensky won't be there. You know, it's like, who do we have today? I got to get them both at the same time. But I want to have it end. We have economic sanctions. I'm talking about economic, because we're not going to get into a world war. I'll tell you what, in my opinion, if I didn't win this race, Ukraine could have ended up in a world war. We're not going to end up in a world war anymore, but it would have ended up possibly in a world war. That would have been they were ready to trot. But just like India and Pakistan, we're going to end up in a nuclear war if I didn't stop them. You know, it's sort of strange. I saw they were fighting. Then I saw 7 jets were shot down. I said, that's not good. That's a lot of jets, you know. $150 million planes were shot down. A lot of them, 7, maybe more than that. They didn't even report the real number. I'm talking to a very terrific man, Modi of India. And I say, what's going on with you in Pakistan? Then I'm talking to Pakistan on trade. I said, what's going on with you in India? And the hatred was tremendous. Now, this has been going on for a hell of a long time, like sometimes with different names for hundreds of years. But I said, what's going on? I said, I don't want to make a trade deal. No, we want to make trade deal. I said, no, I don't want to make a trade deal with you. You're going to have a nuclear war. You guys are going to end up in a nuclear war. And that was very important to them. I said, call me back tomorrow, but we're not going to do any deals with you, or we're going to put tariffs on you that are so high. You were there, Howard, right? Yeah. You're going to put tariffs on you that was so high, I don't give a damn, your head's going to spin. You're not going to end up in a war. Within about 5 hours, it was done. It was done.
I appreciate your donation.
Once again, I don't know. I don't think so.
As long as you understand my terms, I accept.
We can't let these things happen.
I'm being serious. If the world needs, if we're about to get fucked up, I'll run. Other than that, bro,
and
I'm becoming a farmer.
Soldiers, 7,012 soldiers died. They were Russian, they were Ukrainian, they weren't American. So a lot of people would say, what do you care? They're not American. I care. They're 12,000. Over the last couple of weeks, over 12,000 people died in like in 2 weeks. You know, we're talking about crime where somebody's killed here or somebody. Think of it, you have your son leaving Russia, leaving Ukraine, their little house, wherever they live with their parents, they're waving goodbye, just like our parents would wave goodbye. And they're waving goodbye, son. And then a week later, his head's blown off in a stupid war by a drone, a whole new form of military problem. So, no, I'd like it to stop. I want to get it to stop. And it will not be a world war, but it will be an economic war. And an economic war is going to be bad. And it's going to be bad for Russia, and I don't want that. Now, I have to also see, because not everybody, you know, Zelensky's not exactly innocent either, okay? You know, it takes two people to tango. And I say it all the time. You got to get them together. I get along with Zelensky now, but we have a much different relationship because now we're not paying any money to Ukraine. You know, stop that. We're paying money to ourselves. What's happening is NATO is buying all of the equipment and paying in full. But even with that, forget about that. I want to get it stopped because it's a lot of lives that are being lost. Every week it's 7,000, 5,000, 6,000. I get the reports and I see battlefields. I'd rather not see them. And you know, you read about Gettysburg. You read about Gettysburg and you see, you know, those
Trump admin cancels 175 million in funding for high-speed rail.
Like 150,000.
And then U.S. approves 1.85 F-35 sustainment sail to Poland.
I see satellite pictures of heads over here, arms over here, legs over here. And this is like a modern age. It's no different than the worst wars that I've ever seen. And if I can stop it because I have a certain power,
yes, it is power hour,
certain relationship. I had a very good relationship with President Putin. Very, very good. That's a positive thing again. And I think I'm probably the only. Steve Witkoff would tell you I'm the only one that can solve it. I don't know. You just told me that a few times.
You guys messed
Unless
this guy
you're saying
up.
that just to build up my ego.
He tells you he's
not,
a friend
really.
with Putin,
I have
or
no
like
ego
he
when it
knows,
comes
and then
to
you
this
have to
stuff. I
follow
just
it up.
wanna
That's a
see
good
stuff.
thing.
Thousands of young
guys hurt
people,
him.
mostly young people, are dying every single week. If I can save that by doing sanctions or by just being me, or by using a very strong tariff system that's very costly to Russia or Ukraine or whoever we have, you know. But I stopped 7 wars, and 3 of those wars were going on for more than 30 years. You know, if you look at Congo, if you look at, just look at any of them, almost all of them were going on for an extended period of time. Now, interestingly, one had just started. It was 2 days old, and you know that one. And we did that one when we were in Scotland negotiating. It was 2 days up, but there were 2,000 dead bodies laying on the border, and I got that one stopped too. And I'm very honored by that, but I still, the one that I thought would be the easiest is turning out to be the hardest. That's President Putin and President Zelensky, but I think I'll get it done.
Why do you
Can
think
you stop the family
that?
sir?
You never know. It's war.
Can you stop the family
With war, you never know, right? War's very tricky, very horrible, but with war, you never know. Things change. People go into war, think they're going to win the war, and then they get their asses kicked. and they lose their country, and they lose millions of lives. Nobody goes into a war thinking they're going to lose. They go in. I'm sure that Ukraine thought they were going to win. It's going to be, we're going to win. You're going to beat somebody that's 15 times your size. Biden shouldn't have let that happen. Biden shouldn't have. I mean, the man was grossly incompetent. He should have never been there. That would have never happened. But you don't go into a war that's 15 times your size.
Yeah. Bill, you use the economy wisely, not to make a fist fight with a big guy. You use the smartness to take him out. I say this, but they don't like.
That would confirm her ability to continue.
That's all right, whatever it
says
is.
the Fed will abide by any court decision.
Thank you very much for reading
abide
that.
by a court decision.
I abide by the court, yeah. I abide by the court. Yes, please. That's enough. That's enough.
Mr.
Go ahead.
Vanity Fair, what other companies are you thinking about taking stake in?
Well, we didn't take a stake in the sense that it was reported. Everyone said, I bought a stake in Intel. No, I got it for free.
Got it for free.
I said I was with is that correct statement? Howard was there.
Absolutely correct.
Scott knew all about it. They came in, a man was charged with something by a very good person. Senator Cotton made some statements about the gentleman that was running Intel. When he came in, and I said some rough things about him, I said, I'm not happy with it, and they called, and he was very devastated at what I said. I said he should immediately resign. And he came to see me, and I was very impressed by him, actually. And he made a mistake, or factors happened where something like this could have taken place. In the meantime, his board was staying by him. And I said to him, and took about, I would say, less than 45 seconds. I said, you know what you should do if you're smart? Give the United States of America 10% of your company.
Oh, would they move off of
And
that?
he looked at me and he said, I'll do that. I said, I just made $11 billion for the United States. And we made the deal. I didn't pay, we didn't write a check. Now, I guess Biden, with his stupid CHIPS Act, handed money to all these people that didn't need any money. Exactly. It didn't do anything. They're giving billions of dollars to everybody. They all have so much money, and they have more money.
And that wasn't socialism.
But there's no commitment that you had to build. They just took all this money. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I'm glad he said
tariffs,
it.
They have to come in.
People who
If
don't
they don't
need,
come in, they can't sell into our country.
People who don't need the
power,
money.
and you don't have to give up any money. But I said to him very simply, I'm glad we're straightening this out, because everyone thinks I bought in. No. I said, it would be great. We'd be a great partner for you. And I want to see Intel do well.
Voting calls? I'm not doing
Intel
I'm
was a
banning
great
you.
company.
That's the only thing I'm doing right now.
It
Actually,
can
I
be a
don't know.
great
I
company
can't.
again.
I don't know.
But I
What
said,
am I doing?
I think it would be good if we own 10%
What's in my
of your
mind?
company.
He's
He said,
crazy.
I'll make
It's
that deal.
Jesus.
And
Is it not
happens to be worth
Jesus?
$11
What's
billion.
happening?
So
What's
we
he
made
thinking?
$11 billion for the country, and then I was criticized by some of the
Why is
fake
he
news
making
media.
these noises? I thought he's
That's
smart.
not the American way.
Wait,
Actually,
I
it
can't
is
hear
the American
Donald.
way.
Whoa.
Now, if I can help
So, yeah,
other
man, be
countries or
careful.
do those deals with
A
other,
wise
I would
man
do that.
once
I think it's
said,
great. It's good.
trying
Builds up
to
our
figure
balance
out
sheet.
what's in
Let me tell
another
you,
man's
our
mind
country is becoming very
is like
rich
juggling
again.
knives.
You don't see it. When the CBO came out on Friday and said, we just found $4 trillion.
Where?
And that goes to reduce our deficit.
They found? You hear that?
$4 trillion. And it was from the tariffs.
They found
our
$4 trillion?
becoming very, very rich again. I hope you get
Remember?
used to
Oh,
it.
wait till they find the other trillion.
reducing
It's so weird, bro.
Any update on
This was actually pretty good. There's little gems in this. A lot of it's repeat, but there was a couple of gems.
Well, we have a lot of money coming in, rebate check for the Americans, and it's coming in at tremendous numbers. Don't forget, I would say, Scott, we probably are talking about right now 50%, maybe even less than that. With all the money you're hearing is coming in, you're talking about, a lot of it hasn't kicked in yet. And when it really kicks in is in 2 years when these plants are built and opened and the money starts pouring in, right? But, there's a concept of making you could call it a dividend, as we would say, making a dividend to the people in this country who have had to suffer through stupid leadership.
I think that's a crazy idea, but like I told you, if they keep finding trillions of dollars, they found $4 trillion, like he said, via tariffs. I know where the other $3 trillion is at. And then the other 27 trillion, and then the gold shit. So yeah, and then what Lutnick said, bro, or that's what I'm telling you. There's like little gems in this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I do listen. So I don't know, bro. Like that's why when he talks about this, like to give people a dividend, it sounds batshit. It really does, but I don't know. I'll give him 2 years. It may be possible. The probability seems low, but like I'm saying, I don't know. My perspective, my spectrum of thought regarding like. Again, $21 trillion of debt is a lot of money. I think it's actually ridiculous and unsustainable. And shout out Powell paying $1 trillion a year on that debt. But then again, it's like I'm saying, like when you really see how willing they are to spend, and then you look at some other numbers, and then if you start willing to entertain, like, I mean, they just got 10% of Intel, damn it. And then we entertain different gold prices and other stuff. That 21 trillion could not be a lot of money. It's fucking bad. I feel weird saying that out loud, to be honest with you, but I mean, here we are. So yeah, that's why he's talking about this stimmy, and now police, but like, I think that's possible, which is batshit to think about.
I said, that's
still racks my
police.
brain.
And I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, he says
to me, that's
Trump
a big
on
force.
tariff check. It's possible.
And it's not a big
yeah,
area,
it is possible.
But it is what it is.
I don't know if
There's
it's
a lot
probable.
of crime. You have a lot of, don't forget, you have a lot of police that weren't allowed to do their job. When I came in, as you remember, we made tremendous strides in a little conflict that we had going at the time because I allowed our military to make the decision. I said, you can make any decision you want. I gave it to the colonels in the field. I gave it to the captains in the field. You remember that, where everything went through Biden, meaning one of the people, and everything went through Obama before him. Everything went through. They had to make the decision as to whether or not to attack the Taliban. So they'd find 30 people together, they'd call up Washington, and they'd go to a political hack who knew nothing about it. My first night, I got that same call. Like, they called me, and they said, I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning because I listened to their system, and they were calling me and they were asking me whether or not they could attack a group of people having to do with you-know-what war I'm talking about. And I said, I know nothing about this. Wait a minute. And then I said, who is he? Let me speak to the people calling. They're calling from Afghanistan. And I said, let me speak to the people. I want to speak to them. And it was a colonel. I said, where'd you go to school, Colonel? I went to West Point, sir. Were you a good student? I was, sir. I was a very good student. So you're calling the White House to ask for permission to attack, and by the time you get the answer, how long does it take? Sometimes 2 or 3 weeks. So by the time you get the answer, the people that you want to attack have already left, right? He said, how did you know that, sir? I said, let me ask you, so you're a good student, you went to West Point, and you love the military, right? Yeah. You make the decision. And I gave all those guys that went to all these great schools, and they're all military people, I gave them the right to make their own decision, and we kicked ISIS's ass. Don't forget, ISIS was supposed to take 5 years to terminate them, and we had a man named Raisin Kane, who happens to have done the whole thing in Iran. It's a great general. And,
so that's crazy. Is that really
he's a
his
wonderful
name,
guy
dog?
too, believe it or not, but he's a great soldier.
I think I already did this.
We let them do their work, and we defeated ISIS. We defeated everybody. Every fight that we had militarily that I had, I won.
That's either a chicken
and I let
shop
these great
or it's
soldiers
a
do-
horror
do
movie.
Some make a mistake, I guess. But like this colonel, I'll never forget it. Where did you go to school? I went to West Point, sir. I did ask him a question. I like good students as opposed to bad students. He said, I was a good student, sir. And I said, you do what's necessary. And, you know, I don't want to
I
sound
can't find
overly
this guy. Oh, it's
vicious,
his
but
call
he wiped
sign.
out
Yeah,
the
there you
entire
go. That's
group
how I'm
of
like,
very
dude,
bad
there's no
people that
way.
wanna kill us. So you have to let them do their job. In
Yeah, I
Washington,
think it's
they're
his
not
call
allowed to do
sign.
their
Yeah,
job,
it's
okay?
not like
They're
a
not
fucking.
allowed. You have great police. You have great police. But
Because I'm
they're
like,
not
bro,
allowed.
I don't think it's his
No.
real
Go ahead.
name. There's no fucking way. I'm terrified if it is. That guy was born and bred to just do this job then, which I agree with in all of my philos, but
I'm always
that's how I'm
open
like,
to
shit,
whatever's
that's Raising
necessary.
Cane?
Look, here's the problem in
No one
Congress.
named their
You have
child. They're like,
Democrats that will
that's
never
our
vote for
name.
anything.
And we will name
I
him
could
Raising.
say that we're going to lower your taxes by 50%. We're going to guarantee you free cities, safe cities. Nobody will ever get touched, molested, beat up.
Excuse me?
Shot in the head. We're going to give you the greatest country
Listen,
ever.
I appreciate the protection.
you
I
vote.
didn't have that issue,
And
but
they won't
I
vote.
feel you.
And they
I
do
just
it in
worry they're going to
unison.
rob me, but
The only
you
thing
know
they
what? If
do
they
good
touch me and
is
try to
cheat on
do other shit
elections
too,
and
we good.
Unite.
The
You know why
weird
they
that came
unite?
second,
Not because
but
they're good or they're loyal people. They unite because they're afraid. They're
if you
afraid
bring
of
up the
radical
list, I'll
left.
kill you. Don't even
And
say
you
it.
get
Don't
a
even
vote.
stop
So we
it.
have a vote coming up at the end of September.
Oh.
And I think we're going to pass it because we have the majority. And I think almost every Republican will vote for an extension. Because no matter what deal you make with these people, look at Schumer. He made a deal a year
Your
and a
call
half
sign
ago.
was Burger King.
And after making the deal, he's been almost run out of the party. He's not the same man.
That's funny.
He's not the same man. He's
Hey man,
finished.
I don't know.
He aged 20 years. He's become a Palestinian, by the way.
If
We
I have
call
to
him our
thank
great
you on TV
Palestinian
one day,
senator.
I mean, this
But Chuck
guy,
Schumer-
Burger
and
King.
I wrote him a letter. I said,
I'm
"Chuck, that
telling
was
you,
really
Burger
great.
King.
Thank you very much." And somebody gave the letter to the press, not me. And he was destroyed because they thought I was being sarcastic, and I wasn't. He made a great
Rip
decision.
MSTR and
It kept our
Bitcoin too.
country
So you're getting some risk on. Remember, Bitcoin
Wasn't
was the
possible.
sell-off in August, but it's kind of coming back
You
here.
can count on
Yeah,
almost
Bitcoin
no
going
vote.
vertical,
I mean, I
up
see
about
things. I'll
1,000
give you
in
an
a couple
example of
minutes.
crime. So we're going to pass a bill to stop crime. We may not get one Democrat vote.
1 year stopgap.
We may not get one. So when you say continuing resolution,
I don't know why you're ripping
guess
off
so.
of that. Just
and it's gonna be
3:30.
passed
But like I said, ever
exclusively by
since Trump's been talking, everybody's been taking it up.
You mentioned in Iowa that you wanted changes to the H-2A visa program for farm workers.
Right.
You mentioned in Iowa that you want to see changes. Do you want to see that before the fall harvest?
Yeah, all risk
Well, I
on is
love
picking
both
up right
groups,
now.
and we take
So
care of our
everything's
farmers,
green
and
now.
we also
I don't
take
think
care of the people
staples, they're
that want
kind of
bad
catching a
people out of
bid,
our
and
country, and
equal
we're
weight
working
is
on
like back
something that's
up,
gonna work
but
really well. We
you
take
you
care of
are
our
seeing
farmers.
a couple
But
of
we also
areas.
have to
It's
take
not
care
a
of those
full
people
rotation, but
that voted for
more
me because
risk
they don't
on
want criminals
areas
in
or
our
risk
country.
on categories
And
are
we're
taking
working
them
on
in.
something where we can take care of
Bitcoin,
both.
Ethereum, a couple of speculative, the momentum chip plays.
The report that two of your cabinet members were talking about. I remember back on Liberation Day, many of us reporters covered your detractors, people saying that it was going to explode the deficit and therefore explode the debt. Who all has called you to say I was wrong?
That's very good. You know the answer to that. Okay, yeah, please.
Mr. President, Governor Pritzker said yesterday that he, at a press conference, that he would encourage nonviolent resistance to the National Guard if they were sent to Chicago. What's your response to that?
He said what?
That he would encourage nonviolent resistance if the National Guard is sent to Chicago.
Look, this guy doesn't know what resistance is or
Bro,
nonviolent
ripping.
resistance.
I mean, he said stopgap
He's a
bill
bad
at
politician.
right around 12:19 or whatever.
It's
So
amazing.
like right
that
around
if he didn't
here,
have the
there
money,
was
he
he was
wouldn't get any
talking
votes 'cause there's no
stopgap.
compelling reason to
So
vote for him.
maybe
That's a
you don't
major
have
reason.
any debt
But it
issues
would be
coming
nice
into
if you would
play,
call
but
me.
I
I
didn't
would
think
change
it's
my
that
mind
bullish. I
immediately
think you
say,
might
you
just
know,
be breaking out at
because
levels, to
everybody
be
knows
honest.
Chicago is a hellhole right now. Everybody knows.
Yeah,
It's not like
64.50.
he's saying
Honestly, I think you're just
Chicago has
breaking the
much
level.
better numbers, right? Well,
And
what's
then
much
now,
better?
like I'm
You
saying,
mean
a little bit of
100
momentum
people are
risk
gonna be
on with
murdered? It's gonna
Bitcoin
be
is
much
helping.
better than-
He
So,
said it, like
I
I'm
would have
saying,
much more
I got a
respect
couple
for
of
Pritzker if
headlines
he
that
called me up
correlate
and said, "I
around
have a
here,
problem.
but
Can you help me
I
fix
don't
it?" I
really
would be
think it's.
so happy to do
I don't
it.
think he's
I
driving
don't
the market,
love-
if that makes any sense.
Not that I don't have. I would
So
have the
I
right
think the
to do
market is just
anything I
moving
wanna
with the
do. I'm the
levels,
president
just
of the
in
United
general.
States. If I
But you're
think our
back up.
country's in
Everything's
danger,
green
and it
now.
is in danger
Equal
in
weight
these
just
cities,
went back to
I can do
green.
it.
So still no
the problem
rotation, more tech
going in and
balance
solving,
or more tech
you know,
weighting,
his
but
difficulties.
it's
It
not
would be
like
nice
clear.
if they'd
It's
call
just
and
more
say,
some
"We can
more
do it,
momentum,
and
if
we do it
not
in
just winners and
conjunction." Now,
losers today.
We work
I don't
very
think we
well
can
with
really
the police 'cause
describe
we
it.
naturally get along with the police.
But yeah,
So
he
the
just said
police
something about a
and us work
stopgap.
really well
He's
together,
talked
whether the
many
mayor is
things from
opposed or whether-
energy
I mean, you have a
to
really
even
rotten
Fed
head
and all of
here.
that,
He's
but
got a 6%
I don't
approval rating.
think it's moving it.
And I
Then
see
we only have
black
30 minutes left,
women
35.
wearing a red MAGA hat last night on television. Please let the president come in. My son was attacked. My this. You have a force of black women. Black women. They're like only Trump. They want Trump to come in. And you see them. They're all over the place in Chicago because they're afraid to go out and they don't want their son or their daughter killed, just like your parents didn't want you killed. And And
I
we have
feel
a
you, Donald,
tremendous-
but
Look,
I missed
it's not about
white
winning
guys for
elections because
Kamala.
we
I
wanna
mean, where
have
did you
fair
guys go?
elections.
White
It's
guys
not-
for Kamala?
it's
Do
not
y'all
politics.
still claim
We
white
wanna
guys
see a
for
safe
Kamala?
country. You have people.
I'm sorry.
that wanna see a
I have
safe country,
ADD.
and
He
they're
brings.
great
He's
people.
like,
You have
wow.
great people in
This group of
Chicago.
black women
The
that
mayor is at
support me.
6%
I'm like,
approval.
what happened to
He's
White
an
Guys for
incompetent
Camelot?
man. He
They
should
used
have
to hate
never
me. They did
been
not
put
like
in a
me
position
ended
like
last
that.
year.
He can't handle
Y'all
it.
went.
You have
I
an
did not.
incompetent
I
governor.
did
You
not
have
know
an
how many of
incompetent
y'all were
governor
under White Guys
in,
for Camelot. I was like,
California.
what?
Gavin. I know him very well.
Say,
He's
hold on.
incompetent. He's a nice guy, looks good.
Oh, those are the bot fucker.
Oh,
Oh, I get it now.
It's a little weird, to be honest. There's a little something shaky going on there. But, you know, all he has to do is
It
call
makes
me
sense.
and say, we have the Olympics coming up.
I was like, wait.
We want to make it really good.
Remember I told you I got like an army
put some
against me?
really good,
I was like, oh
great
shit, I
American
think it just
patriots
clicked.
in there, and you won't have any problems. Don't forget, it's loaded up with some stone
like,
cold
oh,
killers, some really bad people, some people that were just born to be bad. They're
It
criminals.
makes so much
bad
sense.
criminals, dangerous. And we could
now.
solve the problem for them very quickly.
I understand it now. I understand it now. See?
You know what I think? I think this. You have not had this happen for 4 years.
I know there's a bot
You
fucker
sat
right now
and you'd
who
ask
also
one question
you
to
want to
Biden,
talk
and it was
shit, but
always
you're
the
like, you
ice
got
cream
me,
question,
Josh.
right?
I
What
meet both of
flavor
those
ice cream
criteria.
do you like?
Just
I
sit
like,
this one out, dog. I love
vanilla.
you still, okay?
And that was the end
I'm
of the
sorry. I'm
conference.
not trying to make you. I'm just saying I love
think
you still,
now-
okay? I love all
These
of
people
y'all.
are very busy.
Get a long term, bro.
I want to just thank. This is
Okay.
the greatest.
I'm
this
honestly,
has never
that's
been
not
done
just
before.
drop the
First of
bot,
all, a
bro. Just
cabinet
drop the
meeting
bot. You'll be
was-
fine.
It was sacred. You'd never let the fake news media in. But the fake news media isn't all fake. It's, a
Yeah,
lot of it
TJX, I
is,
put that
but
up.
it's
But
not
like
all.
I'm saying, ever
I
since
think
the
it's a great
stopgap
thing. I think
comment,
it's-
which
maybe
isn't
it's gonna
that
be done
bullish,
in the
but
future. I hope
you're
it's
moving.
going to be done.
And then it's
But you
broadening
really
out a
get
little.
the word out. I mean, we had each one of these people spoke. I think each one. If I thought one of them did badly, I would call that person out. I would say, Christy, what the heck are you doing?
Please don't say that.
No, but no, seriously, you have a very talented group of people. They get along, they work along together, and there's something really nice about just, you know, the openness of what we're doing. It's government. It's an open government. That's what we are. And we haven't made too many mistakes. Maybe we'll.
It's incredible.
We haven't made
You
too
hear
many
that?
mistakes.
It's
We've
incredible.
called it right. And I think you can be very proud of your country. We are a respected country again. We are really, right now, respected at the highest level, and we're doing great. And we're a very rich country again, very rich. And that's a good thing, because when we're rich, we can take care of poor. And that's what we're doing, and we're taking care of crime. And I hope, just in finishing, I hope that Illinois, I hope that New York, I hope that California, I hope they call me and they say, I'd love to have you come in and help us out. I will be a totally different person with them. I will respect them for doing it. Thank you all very much. Thank you, everybody.
Is it actually over? Because like I'm telling you, bro, it's the first time in a long time that they've been live. So yesterday they did it with Japan and like the world meetings, and then we had Ukraine and the Putin stuff. But, you know, think about it. They're very aware. They like to wait till after the bell. So that was interesting. And like I'm saying, you have a stopgap comment. He was talking about the jobs. That's where all of the Trump comments kicked in. He started bringing up the jobs, saying they were going to be strong. And then we started getting into all the topics. We even had Lutnick talking about it. There was even some other headlines. But the big candle, which is not correlating to like at 3:30 or anything, that was just off the stopgap stuff. But like I'm saying, I think it also was at a key level over the last couple of days. So that same level you just ripped from, is that Powell? No, I think it might be, dude. Yeah, that might have been the Powell level. No shit. Yeah, I think the top of the, literally, so 54.50, it's the top end of here, and it was the top end of the Powell candle. So yeah, and then you just kind of launched, mixed in with the comment. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're waiting for tomorrow. You can, this is like slower high stakes in a weird way, because everyone's waiting for NVIDIA. It's not the same as Powell. And somebody called out the dollar, which I think is kind of important, because notice it's been moving, but like it hasn't moved. So market's back at the Powell level. The dollar's right in between. So you, like I've been telling you, if you guys really want an easy answer, just wait till the dollar really snaps in either direction, but it hasn't. So that's why it's like, we feel a certain way off Powell, and then we even had the Lisa Cook shit and all of that, but yeah, it's over here. You wish we could have a voice side chat? We could throw up a Zoom call, or the best I could do is a farm. So yeah, one day though. I think that's what I'm excited about. If the farm stuff goes good, and we're able to cause like I'm telling you, once you come in and if you could prove you're not a weirdo, I'm down for, and like I'm saying, we get it managed. Yeah, we'll have a full ass it's sitting there now. So I don't know. I'm sure we could use that to incorporate some other stuff. Well, I don't know. We don't have any animals, so maybe I should call it a spa until we get an animal, because that's how I've been using it. Besides the work, I did use the dumpster over the weekend. You know, I got my own dumpster. It's so dope, dude. I got my own dumpster. You're a weirdo, ethical but weird. No, you're not weird, bro. I think you are weird, but you're not weird, because I've seen weird, bro. And I think it's just a level of I don't know. I never for the longest time I was I don't get why people would be ever watch you sleep, but I get it now. It's that type of weird. That's it. It's just a different type of weird. I don't even think it goes to the realm of ethical. I don't even know what it is. It's that's what I'm scared of. I'm not scared of it, because I'll slap you. That's what happens. You gotta slap people like that. That's why I say slap, because slap is like a reality channel. It'll wake you up a little bit. But I'm obviously fucking around right now, if you can't tell. I'm just my biggest worry is them just staring at me while I sleep. You know that? Some people give me that vibe. I'm mid-conversation. I'm just yeah, you'll watch me while I sleep. I'm not liking this. So yeah, you're good. I don't think, as long as we could avoid that, I think we'll be great. I don't know. I don't think I'll physically abuse you. That's not my intention, and there's laws against it, so you guys are good. But we'll see. I'll get to I hope I don't have to use them this weekend, but I'll get to try my eyeballs of disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So if I could just stare and just shame you with my looks, but we'll see. I don't really do it, so I hope I don't have that opportunity. But that's the best I could do. Don't do some Charles Manson stuff. I feel you. Yeah, there's many ways. This could turn into the Manson mansion. This could turn into Dan Bilzerian's mansion. This could turn into Michael Jackson's mansion. I pray it doesn't resemble anything of an island. So yeah, when rich guys buy these properties, bro, and do shit like this, has it ever turned out good, actually? So we're only gonna have a couple of these, and then we're gonna hopefully have a farm. But does it ever turn out good? So I don't know. I don't think we're UNH dumping. Whoa, big drop on UNH. UNH, Habibi. What is that? I don't see anything on the wire. Federal Reserve. UNH dumping. Go, 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 go. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. All right, I might have missed it. It's down 2%. So you're not at a full trigger, but that looks big. I don't know. I don't have a headline. Literally nothing even on the wire. I don't see it. Bro, why? My shit's not loaded. I already fucked it up. Well, I got the first candle. I just don't know about the play. Yeah, I don't know. They kind of moved. I don't know what the headline is. KSS 2? What the fuck is that? Coles? Healthcare criminal probe is broader than Medicare. That's not good. All right, there's the headline. So yeah, now you're gonna get you'll probably get a move on there. The premium's already jacked. I just went so slow compared to how other fast I've been. So yeah, I just gotta watch out. But they are kind of jacking those. Go, 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 go. All right, I got a cheap one. I kept it really small. I fucked up. I would have went bigger if I was earlier. but it's already down 2. It's at the trigger, so it's gonna either hit 2.5, 3, and bounce back up, or it'll go to 5. It just all depends on how people panic. Again, a lot of people got back into it from last week. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I could have got a way better one though. I botched it, so I kept it smaller. But well, like I say, it's either gonna bounce at 3, like right here where it already kind of hit, or it's gonna flush another 2. Again, this is what everybody knows already. It's not like it's new information. The only problem is that everybody's what's it called? Everybody just went fucking all in because of Buffett. So that is the only problem, my friend. That is the only problem. I'm glad that might have protected me, because I would have went bigger on. I would have made money instantly. So that's it. Like usually I fucked up on how I I typed in the wrong one, and then when I clicked on it, it just didn't. It showed me something else, and then I tried to type it in manually, so I was a lot slower. So usually the instant money I would make, that I fucked it up. So that's why I went a lot smaller. I don't even know. I think it was less than 20 bucks. Not even. Yeah, check the other ones. That's a good idea. I don't know why Kohl's dropped 8% on that too. So that's totally unrelated, but even in the midst of it, you had a big drop there. They seek more time to pay vendors and turnaround. Okay, there you go. Yeah, because I was saying there was another. You had another knife, so both of them at the same exact time. No, UNA just came out. The news. They're I think DFJ or I forgot the exact agency, but they're saying the criminal probe is broader than Medicare. I don't think it's that bad. Everybody should have already knew it. But then again, some of the people who bought just because of Buffett bought, maybe they didn't know. So maybe it's not priced in. But yeah, it's kind of widening the scope or the length of that liability there. We don't know, so we'll find out. But that's coming in now. The premiums are still holding. You had the first one I fucked up on. Then there is that other little window, but it's not widely circulating yet. So it's like I'm saying, either 3% range or more. So it just happened. Yeah, you just in the last couple of minutes here. You don't see it on BBG or that's why I say I saw it first, and then we got the headline. So that was the problem. But like I'm saying, I saw the stock moving, and then we tried to figure it out. That's where I missed the other one. But yeah, it hasn't hit certain wires yet. It's circulating though, but not like on the media. Kohl's news was they need more time to pay back vendors. That one was Bloomberg. That's the source on that. That just moved 8%. So yeah, now it's 12. Shit. Yeah, right in front of you. I kept that one up there. So wait, the UNH is either going to hit and be worse, or that's it. The spreads are tightening now on you. Again, it's still in the same range though. You had I told the fuck up zone. That should have been the money zone, but today it was the fuck up zone. But yeah, they're still just all holding that range. It's still, max it hit was like 2.9 or 2.7, and then now it's at 0.9, 1%. Yalla, habibi. Same price. Those motherfuckers, bro. They were cheap. Telling you. That's why I'm like, no. Kohl's is still dropping. Eli Lilly. Spike kind of came down. Like we said, we were going through that all the random shit too in the market. So I hope that helps. Oh, I need to do a toe workout. I don't know if now's the time. We only have 20 minutes left. Look at that. I don't want to hear your guys' plays. I'm sorry. Did I make a mistake by telling you guys? I always thought I was informing you stuff, but You know, don't let me be the one that leads you wrong. I'm saying, I got you the jump before Bloomberg, but I even fucked it up. So please follow the rules. Thank you. Kohl's has a lot of debt. We've talked about it a few times. I like what they have. I like their real estate, but they have more debt than real estate, sadly. So if they didn't take on so much debt, that company would be fire. Because it's a shitty company. They just own good shit. They still own good stuff, but they have a lot of debt working against them. That's the sad part about it. It's like you can't... That's like, if you want to get married to that, it comes with just too much debt, man. Too much debt. And then we only got 20 minutes remaining. I need to go pee. I'm sorry. God bless America. God bless you. I don't even think Sears owned their real estate, though. I guess they own the Sears Tower, but I don't think, because Kohl was a lot different. Kohl's owned a lot of real estate. Most people would just rent it from or anywhere else, but Kohl's ended up, they owned it, they bought it early, they made some great purchases. It's good quality, like, it's good real estate. They have a lot of, like, property that it's just in a good location, and it's like, it's in demand. You could easily, if you put Amazon or let me put it this way, if you turned every Kohl's into a Whole Foods, it would be pretty active because of where they've put these buildings. Most of them, not all of them. I think I could pull you up a map, but yeah, it doesn't even matter though. They just have too much debt. You know, a couple years ago, before they had that much debt, it made a little more sense, but like literally they just have way too much debt. So even though the real estate is good, it doesn't really matter. Let me see. Earnings. No, I don't think I could pull it up. This should, though. This thing should just be a fucking REIT. Fitch to withdraw ratings of Disney and affiliates? Huh? What does that mean, bro? Why? I know what it means, but I don't know if they're dropping coverage or if there's any other reason. You worked at Kohl's before college, you hated it? Were they bad managing, or was it just the full experience? Because they made us sell socks at Foot Locker. You know that? Do you know Foot Locker, bro? Their racket around socks is real. Like, they take their sock business, like, you know that, right? They just selling socks at Foot Locker, bro. They would if you would get in trouble if you didn't ask them to buy socks. That's where they were at. They're like, yo, if you get rewarded, the more socks you sold. You know that? So it was like, credit cards a little more scammier, but I don't know, bro. I was peddling socks for a little, bro. I was. Yeah, add-ons, dude. They were but they were dog. Manager would get pissed if you ain't offer socks with every purchase, dog. That shit was a no-fly zone, bro. We gonna have a problem. Yeah, bro. They really don't play around, huh? Bro, it's crazy. Yeah, bro. That's how I got here. The whole time I thought he was saying stocks. And then I said, oh, really? So I started reading all the books at Foot Locker, and then I quit a couple months later, and here I am. No, I'm kidding. Could be real, though. Could be real. I could see it happening. Ooh, what is this? Exxon held talks with Rosneft in Qatar about returning to Russia? My guy, what? There, that's the play. I don't know if oil, they're going to get more updates on that, but that's what, remember I was telling you, you're going to hear all that shit about like what would happen if Russia made a peace deal? I thought it would happen sooner, but I was wrong. But yeah, that's from there. They're saying from last week. So now they're like, yeah, Exxon. They're saying Exxon might work back in Russia or with Rosneft. So essentially, you get a peace deal. Exxon is going to start tapping in on that Russian oil. Margin was 9. Did you work at Foot Locker? Bro, were you my manager? Oh, hell nah, bro. It sucks, bro, because I don't know if this is this how it always is? Is this like the work dynamic? Because all the workers were chill, bro. We had a lot of fun. I told you, they would smoke with me, bro. It was really bad because I was really young. They probably would have went to jail for that. I think I was a minor, to be honest. And they kept giving me a lot of marijuana. But the workers were chill, but the manager was like not chill. Like he was really serious. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know, man. He was kind of. So if you were my manager, bro, you were not down, bro. You were not down. Backdoor all the Jordan releases. No, bro. This was before everybody was a greedy bastard. So like, if there was a limited release, they would let like certain employees, like they would let you set aside a pair. But this was before everybody was like buying and reselling shit. So it just wasn't like that. So like, if you wanted it, you could get a pair. If you worked there, that was like the perk of working there. You could just set aside a pair, and they would have units. But like, it wasn't like people were running the little eBay racket and StockX. And yeah, like it's just not. So yeah, you want the shoes? The biggest issue back then was whether you could afford it. This was like around like 2008, bro. So like or like 2010 or 9. This was like post recovery. Like it was hard, bro. People were not. It was hard to get a job. So it was like, really, did you have the money to buy it? That was the big issue. Not if it was rare or not. They were just like, yo, if you could pay for it, well, you could set aside a pair. But because again, shit just wasn't selling. And then they'd have crazy ones. Like they'd have crazy deals. I remember like they'd have like, I got a pair of New Balances for like $10. They just, yeah, that was the real benefit. You would get like clearance on clearance with the employee discount. That was good times, bro. Good times. I know, maybe he didn't like me because I wasn't selling enough socks. You might be onto something, bro. You might be onto something. All right. Oh, did UNH? The premiums are up. I don't know if did it hit TV yet? I love the Chucks, bro. Dude, I saw them the other day and I kind of wanted a pair. Dog, at one point in my life, I had Chuck Taylors and I would fold them. You don't understand. Some of you do, and I appreciate you if you do understand. Somebody has no idea what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying, bro? I had some high tops folded, bro, at every angle. Just living life, bro. I want to say I was in the 3rd grade. It hit BBG, CNBC's ignoring it. CMA? What's this? Yo, CMA, Comerica, 2%. CMA, I have no idea. It's a bank. And then, yeah, Bloomberg has the UNH, but no one else. And then Comerica. Yeah, no, Chucks are basketball shoes. Hell yeah. People hella ball in them. The options are weird on Comerica. Again, it's not really that active. It doesn't really move. Pull out the daily chart, you'll see. So, range is really small. I don't know what the headline is. A buyout would be nice, but I don't see anything. You're older than me? You might be. I mean, I'm not really that old, but I'm pretty old. But I'm not old. I don't know how to describe it. I could just tell you my age, but that would get rid of the mystery. So, and then I'm also looking up stock news at the same time as the sentence. I see VP Moore sold shares the other day, yesterday. I don't see anything. I could check for an event. Chucks for lifting. Maybe I should get some. Dude, I'm still, bro, I got holes in my Yeezys. You know that? I be rocking holes in the corner of my Yeezy, and they just still go. I have so many pairs, too. But I don't know. I love them. Comerica. Bro, it's still, what, is that just a high ticker? Yeah, 10-minute rigged, bro. But, geez, it looks insane. 10-minute rig is just going bloop, 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 bloop. It's in boxes. Like, you can see it go. They look like blocks. Yeah, Comerica's at 2. I don't see any events. My shit is lagging. KDP, we talked about that one. I don't like it as much. I mean, it's not the worst option, but I think you could do some other ones. Or just, did you have a chance to get Pepsi? So I guess my question is, if you didn't buy Pepsi at 130, why do you want KDP at the 52-week low? Because I see the value there at the low, but it is a different company. Not the worst, but that's what I'm saying. It's not the worst. It's not the best. You got Pepsi at 130, then wallah, habibi. You don't need anything. Oh, wow. 10-minute rig there. Dude, that candle lagged. Bro. Did you guys see it? You had that whole big-ass block. The SPY didn't move, and then it just fucking launched. Oh, there you go. Yeah, bro. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, CNBC's putting up the UNH news. Dude, we had a really early jump on that. That was, and remember, I'm on a delay, so you guys, but that one actually didn't hit as much. I botched it. You only made money if you got the first minute. The plays are still the same price. Now my premiums are going up, but the real money on that play was in the first minute. So we'll see, but that's, yeah, you had a really big lead time on that. Beautiful. Yeah, that candle's nuts, but wrap it up. You got 9 minutes. I would make up your mind, my friends. I need to go to the bathroom, though. I didn't go. We only have a little bit, so I guess maybe I could hold it. We'll be done here soon. I'd wrap a Rooney, Mr. Chattadooney. Wingstop sounds good after close. Is that an old chat? I think it's an old chat. I said no Wingstop. There you go. UNH only moves when CNBC gives it to you 15 minutes later. Damn. I should go work for them. Wait, what the fuck you mean? It's the same, but off the same information? Oh, okay. You need to wake up the UNH goons. That's why I want it. That's why I hope that, you know, at the right time, at the right price, that's that. It's good to get UNH if you get that like defense until people turn on it though. If you have that UNH army turn on itself, you're fucked. That's what, and it happened for a little until Buffett got in, because you know, bro, you had the same people who were like, yeah, buy the dip, buy the dip. They're like, I'm holding the bag. I'm holding the bag. I'll buy the dip, buy the bag. I hold the bag. I hate this one, but it's so good. So now here we are. The premium, as I said, they're moving now. They're raising the asks, but like I was saying, it was I could tell from the right off the bat. The money was in the beginning, and then it just stopped. But then again, it hasn't gone past that range that I told you. And SPY's ripping. We got a little bit more activity again at the Powell level, 64.50. But this is a strong close, you guys. You're within 20 points now, all-time highs. Tomorrow is NVIDIA, and yeah, there you go. There you go. So wrap it up, Chad. You don't have much time left. Dude, I need to go. I don't want to wait for the long time to be over. So I'm shopping for a house at a good deal. I don't want to save, but the down payment is getting
well, let's
closer.
just assume that for a second. What can they do to maybe blunt the impact of some of the fiscal decisions that have been made as of late?
I think the Fed is a little bit hamstrung from that, right? As we all know from Chair Powell and years and years and years and decades of watching the Fed. I mean, they don't really have a hand in fiscal policy, and nor do they react to it. I truly do believe that the Fed, as an independent entity, really is there for their dual mandate of inflation and employment. And I think whatever the fiscal side of the ledger is doing, they're going to have to react to in terms of how that manifests itself in the data, but that's about it. So I don't think they're actually too worried per se, but I do think it makes their job quite a bit harder. They're caught a little bit between a rock and a hard place because of that. But I don't think they plan for it. I think they're quite reactionary, whether, fortunately or unfortunately.
I was just looking at the chart of the 30-year yield. It's been in a range for the past 3 months. They're rising today, as we know, but it has a ways to go before it tops 5%, which was the highest since summer of 2007, and which it topped in mid-July. What breaks the 30-year yield out of this range to go above 5% again?
Yeah, I think it's there's a couple of different things. I think first and foremost, it's stronger inflation, which I think everybody should be expecting at this point. The markets want to have their cake and eat it too. They think you're going to have somewhat benign inflation or maybe even lower inflation from here. They think, corporate margins are going to stay healthy and earnings growth is going to stay strong. And the fact of the matter is, tariffs are a tax, and someone's got to eat that tax. And right now, I think it's going to be a little bit on the corporate side and also a little bit on the consumer side, the end customer. And so I think inflation is going to, be sticky around 3%, maybe even start to trend higher. We're talking about core PCE here, which of course is the Fed's preferred gauge. And I think that could easily take the long end of the yield curve up towards 5 or even above 5 again. Should growth surprise to the upside? I mean, that'll do it as well. I think if the Fed cuts in September and you get a strong inflation print, you will see higher long-term yields, very similar to last September when the Fed cut 50 basis points and the 10-year went up 100 basis points subsequently. So kind of a little bit maybe counterintuitive for some of the administration who want to see lower rates to help the mortgage market.
Yeah.
The Fed controls the front end, not the back end, and it could be counterproductive on the back end to cut rates in September.
Right, be careful of what you wish for. So at what point, Mike, do rising bond yields, if let's just say the 30-year gets above that 5% level, when does that put pressure on stocks? Because you look at the equity market right now, it's kind of shrugging things off.
It could be higher. I mean, that's why I'm saying when Trump said that comment about jobs, it kind of insinuated that. But either way, I don't think we have our work cut out. Like we're saying, you just got to be able to. The hard part is going to be like really determining where the economy's at. So whether by September or end of the year, are things booming more, or are they finding more and it's still going like this, or is it starting to get choppy everywhere else or get worse? And that right there, that's going to be, you'll be right in the fucking middle of it. You'll know. And it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time to know. So that's why you got to be ready for all of it. I'm telling you, diversification is the answer. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Everyone's talking out of their ass. At least I'm telling you, I don't really know. So I'm just being honest with you. And I'm telling you, the way you're not going to lose is diversification, though. Because like I'm saying, I don't know what's going to happen, but we're getting a little bit of everything at good prices while also having the opportunity to have cash. And we did use it, but, we're still in the process of rebuilding once again. So you get what I'm saying? It's just like it's going to be really good or really bad. So I hope you realize, notice how these guys on the television have changed their ideas 1,000 times this year. They tell you one, they tell you another, they want you I've told you the same exact thing from before the election to right now. So that should give you confidence. You see what I'm saying? Really good or really bad. Day 365. We're still playing that, dog. So wrap it up, because you only have 1 minute. Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, it's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures, Nvidia. Their earnings are tomorrow. That's what everyone waited for. You even went up 0.5%, almost 1% on the Russell. But Chad, you got less than 15 seconds. Wrap it up. Bring it home. I hope you finalized your plays. Again, everything. Rare earths to the metals and even the pharmaceuticals. What about the rates, the jobs, and Nvidia and chips and Intel and 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Ding 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 ding, or not. Oh, Chad Adonia. Are you kidding me? We did it, we made it, baby. 7 hours in the books. You know that? It's only Tuesday. It's almost done with the year, bro. Good game. You made it, Chad. You added your contribution. You got something from the chat. Then you did it without getting banned. That's amazing. Good game, baby. And GG. Thank you, my brethren. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. I love you, Chad. I can't wait to see some of y'all this weekend. It's already closed. The plan is in motion. And you made it to the bell. Seriously, bro. You not see? I could have banned you. Josh gonna ban me. Josh gonna ban me. I didn't. Thank you, man. Thank you for making it easy. I love you. God bless you, bro. Chad, don't. You're been sent here. You better believe, bro. I know you got a purpose, dog. Good game, and GG, man. Good game. Hey, man. Praise God. Need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk.
Hey, man.
Oh, I got, ooh, or. I'm surprised. I haven't made a country song, even though we've had the farm for like a month. I haven't done it yet. It's been a long time, bro.
Yeah. Loading up my F350. I don't drive a fucking EV. Gas tank still on empty. But I'm gonna keep on driving all week. Think I just missed my exit. A Prius wouldn't let me merge. My driving got my girlfriend stressing. Screaming in my ear like a bird. Told her, why they driving in the slow lane? If they ain't going slow, man. I used to say the same thing when they was slow up in the fast lane. Now with Kia tryna pass me. Think a Nissan almost crashed me. I'm just tryna make a lane change. Now I'm late and I got road rage. Loading on my F350. I don't drive a fucking EV. Gas tank still on empty. But I'm gonna keep on driving all week. I think I just missed my exit. A Prius wouldn't let me merge. My driving got my girlfriend stressing. Screaming in my ear like a bird. Wherever said carpool is faster. Hasn't seen the 405. It took me 30 minutes just to go a mile. I came to California for the women in the vibe. But all I saw was Teslas and girls who look like guys. Now I let everybody, I'm just saying I'm surprised. All these different people, but none of them can drive. Rolling in my F350. I don't drive a fucking EV. Gas tank still on empty. But I'm gonna keep on driving all week. Think I just missed my exit. A Prius wouldn't let me merge. Loading up my F350. I don't drive a fucking EV. gas tank still on empty, but I'm gonna keep on driving all week. I think I just missed my exit. A previous one that let me merge. My driving got my girlfriend stressing, screaming in my ear like a bird. They said they wait an hour to charge. I know.
Wow. Oh, a back-to-back? No, I don't. Two country. Amen.
Hey.
Amen, bro. Amen. God bless America. God bless America. You got earnings. Octo is super hyped, and even Encino, but I don't care. I don't think it's that. You know, they hyped it up a lot. I heard about it a lot from Friday till now. I thought, but it usually moves a lot if you look at the chart. So I think you're going to have to wait till a call there. But there is results. But either way, all that matters is the long term. And amen, bro. It's a great community. It is. But I hope you realize what is expected of you. You know, because and the more I think about it, and I think some of you have seen the journey, you know, because like how I've started, I've been around for a long time, dude. It's kind of crazy. And I'm even some of you are even shocked at my age. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like we never like thought it would be this big. You understand? I don't think you guys realize that, because I'm saying, bro, it's a ton of fucking people in here every single day, and I don't even, the numbers are just ridiculous, and even beyond that, just like the impact, it's crazy to see. I don't know, bro, to see your thoughts in a certain area, like, dude, the whole like 6 times removed thing, it's crazy, bro. But like I'm telling you, it's like when I first, like, everything I did was very personal in the beginning. And that's how I expected it. Like, I don't know. Like, so in a weird way, there's a lot of people, bro, and I don't know why people listen. People listen for all sorts of reasons. I don't know why people want to be such a part of it, but not really be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, just make no mistake. I didn't do this for money. I didn't do this for fame. Like, for real, if I did it for money, I would have sold out way sooner. I would have took every single one of those $250,000, $500,000, $1 million checks they wanted me to get you to gamble and all. I would have done it already. Why wouldn't I? That's fucking cars and everything. What are you saying? So again, if I wanted the fame, bro, I would have showed my face. Why not, bro? Are you kidding me? What do you mean? I get way more girls. I get way more everything just because look at the world we live in, bro. That's just how it is. So you already see it. So all I'm saying is what I did. I want the impact. Do you understand? That's it. That's what I want. I want a real impact, not this fuck shit. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's why it's like, you're for real. It's a great community. It's awesome what we have here and where it's been. But I'm just telling you now, if you are going to be a part of it, you will never have to tell me. You will never have to explain it. It will show violently in your life. Do you get what I'm saying? Where it will get to the point. I want to see fruit, bro. So, and if it means that much to you, and this community means much to you, and you're not saving, you're not getting a long term, you're not following the precepts, I'm a little disappointed. But you know what you should do? You should fucking save that 10% right fucking now and start then. If you really hear what I'm saying. That's why I've been turning around right now. Correct. That's it. Because when it's all said and done, it's like all of these, you know, it will be put to the test. The belief will be put to the test, and it will show. And you could say everything. You can say what you believe in and all that. Because again, it's bigger than the cult, bro. It's bigger than just this community. And I'm just saying, we don't have to be like that, especially if we're aware of it. But people do this all the time. How many of you have done this, or you know somebody who has gone to every time they move to a different state, they've changed their friend, they've changed everything multiple times, every single time. And they're like, it's a brand new start. Oh, I just got to do this. And then they go change cities, change this and that, but it's the same thing. Do you see what I'm saying? It has nothing to, it's you. It's all about what you bring, what you're a part of, your environment, all of that. It has a major effect. But it's very easy to just play the dancing game. That's what I'm saying. Be intentional. Make movement. Change is coming. All of these things. I'd rather have that. And that's it. It'll show. It will show. So I love y'all. And that's why I'm excited for it, because I've seen it a lot. Like I'm telling you, bro, it's been violent. And some of you may not like violent. But I mean violent in the sense where it's, dude, we're talking a world's difference. Like life-shattering, life-changing difference between holy, like, again, people, I encounter them, bro, and they legitimately had, it's just like, it's the difference in, it's like these Bible parables, bro, where I would share info with them, and they didn't have doubt. They had questions. And they were like, how? I was like, you could get a house. It's not like, what do you mean I could get a house? They're like, what do you mean I could get a house? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I've encountered people who literally, they just didn't know things about this world, especially as it pertains to money, business, like living financially. And they learn it. And then now all it took was them just knowing and applying it. And thankfully, there's a lot stuck with it. And that's why I'm reminding you not to give it back and not to blow it, because that could always happen. That right there has been enough to, and it's, again, people from owning nothing, even some people literally being homeless, people working jobs that they were at either for 10, 15 years and they thought they were going to be there their whole life, or people at entry-level jobs now doing whatever they want, being homeowners, stock owners, all of it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think about. So that's why I'm like, it's violent. It is a huge change. So if it is important to you, I'm glad it is. And I want this community to mean a lot, but you mean the most to me. And guess what? You smiling about everything I say, that's not what that means. That means I want to make sure you all walk away with good fruit and good things. You know why? Because you're less likely to add trash into this world. That's it. And some of you will get good things and you will still add trash. You didn't listen to the Philo, but it happens. So you get the idea. And that's what I'm saying. If it's real, man, it's going to show. And I want it to. And that's all I'm going to keep encouraging you to. And I'm going to hold you to that standard. Because when it's there, bro, the mind, and you apply, I've seen it done thousands of times, bro. And again, I've seen every angle of it. That's why it's like, it's very exciting, but it's beautiful. And as much as I love to talk about it, the talk means nothing. Wow! That reminds me, I'm going to play this one, but then I got to go. So God bless you, baby. And thank you, Chad. But, you know, I'll show you. You know, listen, bro. I don't like waking up that early, motherfucker. You understand? Okay? You know that? You know I could just, that's it. Believe me, I get tempted to become Dan Bilzerian every 6 months. You know, you guys making all these jokes. You keep telling me I'm a Maryland man. Why not Dan Bilzerian? Why don't I get a bunch? You have no idea, bro. You know how many ex-girls just still stalk me, bro? And they heard I'm getting a ranch and they, oh, what's up? And you think, so, but I don't, you know, I want to see fruit in young men and women who want to change the world. All the other shit is trash. Do you not feel me? Dude, why do you think I'm gonna wake up in the fucking morning? I could chill, bro. Did I ever tell you about my bed? You know how nice my bed is? Y'all don't feel me, bro. They don't. For Chad. So let's go, baby. Can we? Are you ready? There's a reason. That's it. So you better go to bed if you don't have the reason. That's all. I told you it was cold. Well, you know, praise God, nephew. First and foremost, all the time. Whip dirty hair, a mess, I do not care. Told them all the truth, they respond like it's not there. Still, I do not care. I don't think they see it. Looking for the money, they looking for disagreement. Hit by hit, it's brick by brick. They should've made a move, but they rather move their lips. I just need 4 quarters, it don't have to make sense. Yeah, I wake up every morning like I still pay the rent. That's early. Get your cake up, don't playing wait up. Got
gotta hit the layups. If you really about the mission, you don't even gotta say it. You can talk it or you live it, only one of them is paying. I respect the OnlyFans home more than the hater. It's how you got time to talk shit but no paper. Bro, you not hard, you got trouble trying to wake up. Bunch of wicked servants always telling you to save it. Grateful that hoe say it's better if you waste it. Everybody's cooking, but success is always tasted. Why you keep on looking if you tell me that you hate it? Why you keep on looking, I'ma go and fucking take it. Now you know exactly why I would call them cucks. I just made another stocker and I made $1 million bucks. You don't gotta give me shot, I just bought myself a truck and another career, so I put my fingers up. Want your money, they will lie for that shit. We want the truth, we will die for that bitch. You ain't ride, you ain't buy on the dip, so don't ask me if it's time right after I doubled it. A fake bitch never got along with me. Can long form, not authentically. Can't top, bro, it's time to get busy. Bottom tick, top tick, so quick they get dizzy. Tell a bitch I know a bit about a slow jam, but you ain't in the whip. Why you telling me to slow down? Worry about your shit, I'll do the same. Can I go now? I'm just playing, don't ask permission from these hoes now. Go and tell the whole town, not afraid to throw down. Brought God to the showdown, he told me to bring no rounds. So if you kill me or I kill you, that just means it's his plan. I am scared of myself, I'm not scared of a stand. Miss my life, grateful it's original. You a bitch, I don't have to use subliminals. They tell me sorry, but also knew I forgive them though. Reminds me of the times when I knew I was spiritual. Too afraid to say that I believe in Christ. I knew I found a treasure, but was scared to lose my life. Ironically, I do that every single time I'm right. They warned and we ignore until we feel it, that's life. A liar always make you think twice. Buyer call it worthless, then he brag about the price. Born named certain, found a thing called the dice. He could do anything, even catch a knife. He came up with the plan, it'll work, he'll do it right. His diligence was due when his stops were all tight. The plan was all perfect, success was in sight. He was ready for the day, but he died that night. Damn. You get it, nephew? The moment you certain is the moment you die.
Little by little. Wow. Wow. God bless America. God bless the veterans. God bless the Chad. Bro, God bless God. I don't even think they feel me, bro. So, Chad, that is all for this wonderful 7 or so hours. I can't believe it. But we, God willing, have another one. You do get a watch list tonight. A normal one. You know, yesterday, though, I don't know. Watch yesterday's video. The first 4 minutes doesn't matter anymore. So, and I appreciate y'all. That was quick. But the other 4 minutes, I say 4 hours, 4 minutes. But the next 4 minutes, the Powell part, you should listen to it. It's on the trading fraternity. So go watch it. And then today we're just going to talk about tomorrow. I'll get you the NVIDIA earnings preview and all of that. And if you are a member, if you could actually type, the watch list is available to you. Just go hit the live tab, since someone's going to ask me and then act like I didn't show this every single day. And then be like, oh, Josh, you ignoring me? Yeah, I'm ignoring you, bro. Why the fuck would I not ignore you? This is the easiest shit in the world. If I invest in that easy-ass question, what's coming next? That's terrible. You see what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that if you got the easy ones down, I can help you with the hard ones. But if you need the fucking this one, I'm just saying, hit live and it will go. And if it doesn't show up enough and you really don't like it, you should complain to YouTube. Other than that, I'm expecting you to find this. So yeah, it'll be a new thumbnail. So and then you'll know. Very easy. So God bless America. And let's go, baby. Are you ready? Chad. It's simple, and it's a fact. It's not ominous. It's not positive. That's the beauty of it. It's just reality. Change is coming. Okay? You cannot stop change, brother. That's it. You cannot stop time. I will leave you at that. Don't you ever forget it. And finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. That's why we have every day. You know, today was not guaranteed. Seriously. I don't know why. Why were you here in 2025? Why did you get to wake up today? I'm just, all of it, bro. It all worked out. I can't believe you got internet that led up to this. Somebody invented internet before you invented, you know that? And then they had to invent the monitor And then they had to even invent the asphalt to build the infrastructure for the internet. You know, bro, you needed a tulip crisis and fucking tulip mania to even get you a fucking contract, dog. I'm just telling you. So why are you here? You're here for it's all been waiting for you, brother. You know that? Look how good God. Don't tell me God's not good. Don't look at all of that. Are you, as I sit with my air conditioning, and don't you dare, all of you, you know that? And I know you're like, well, I don't got air conditioning, my brother. Start widening the spectrum, and you will realize everything you already have. My brother, this isn't a world where we're missing anything. It's all there. What we're missing is the management of time and change. Will that be you, my friend? I think it is. So have a good day, and it's all through God. All through Jesus Christ, the one true living God. Make sure you know that, okay? And we are nothing. We are nothing but dust. For real. Believe me, bro. Go look around. Look at that big ass mountain and the ocean and the sun and the moon. And thank God it's consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's another topic, but you get it, bro. You get it. You get it. That's all I'm saying. So don't be confused. Don't let it confuse you. It's not that confusing. There's just a lot. Or we just gotta chisel it. All you gotta do is cut it out, and you'll see the sculpture, bro. I'm just focus. And that's why the focus. If it's above all, it's not anything. It's not man. It's not me. It's not you. It's Jesus. And it'll always be that way, baby. And I think I plan on that too. So amen. Have a wonderful day, Chad. Go get a workout in, okay? Even if you want to get into politics, go get a workout in. So I love y'all, and peace. Hey, man. That's a good one. All right, I agree too, then, Josh. Fuck it. I'm fine with you. What are you taking? Huh? All I'm saying, can we call it offense? Can we call it prayer offense? Why do we call, why armor? Can we call it, there's a sword? I don't call it offense. I don't get it. You guys act like we only defend. We do more than that. This is bullshit. How